Hello, everybody, and this is a big group of everybody. Thank you, Ver, for the raid. Always appreciated. But this is Coach-Pupil League. We are casting more stuff. Preseason has plenty of games. We are going to be starting regular season soon enough, but week one is coming back from the past to give us some games out of two groups. It's going to be a good time. I'm Saetzero with Neblime. How are you doing?
I am doing excellent. I am so glad to be here casting CPL games. And that the people in week one aren't missing out just because we're doing week two so long. Actually, you know what? The best thing about doing week one is finally we're not on Eclipse. We're on Polypoid now. Hooray!
Yes, we are on Polypoid now. Got plenty of games to cast through tonight. Everything will be on Polypoid. It was just best of one stuff. Variety of players, and reasonably for Coach-Pupil League, the higher end of things, especially Group 37, which we're doing second, will be some quality games. It will be very exciting. Some names everyone's going to recognize, and a couple new faces I'm not too familiar with, so I'm excited to see what they got. If you want to just get started right into that first game, a lovely PvP just for you.
Yeah, let's do it. You know it's my favorite matchup. Never mind TVT, I hate TVT now. I've become you.
I mean, TVT sucks. That's fine. I know you're just bitter. It's no big deal. But we're gonna cure your wounds. In the top left, I fixed it. In the top left, in the blue Protoss, it's Flizzardo, and in the bottom left, in the olive, it's brownmamba 69.
You know, that's the funny thing. I wouldn't have known you screwed up if you didn't say anything. Of course, all the people on stream can see your cameras in the bottom left, but I had to piece the evidence together and be like, oh, Saetzero. Do you even play StarCraft? Like, everyone who plays StarCraft knows the hours on the clock, alright, man?
Well, no, I was like, it's Protoss, and I just started saying top, and looked at the map, like, I'm looking at bottom. Shit.
It's all Protoss, so I mean, does it really matter which one wins in the end? I mean, is that what you're saying? As the Zealots are dying in the middle of the map, you're telling them it's all for nothing?
Yeah, I am going to say that I don't think all of Protosses are built the same, that they are unique and special, and we need to acknowledge that.
Okay, what about the probes that are robots and, like, duplicators? Oh, you're talking about the players here?
I was going to talk about everything, but if they all look the same to you, you could take whatever your political beliefs are and just, you run with it, man. I'm not going to change your world.
Well, to start with, they don't all look the same, because one of these players is not like the other. One of them is on the United EMU directly, and so they're guaranteed to win. And they're also the hero, by the way. Do you know which one it is, Saetzero?
Actually,
I can give you a hint if you need it.
Yeah, please give me a hint.
Flizzardo is based in Europe, I believe in Scandinavia.
Okay. That doesn't help.
It doesn't? Well, okay, I'll elaborate on United EMU Directorate. Nobody in Europe time zones is going to be on that team, so brownmamba, of course, is the EMU player here. So, oh, look at that, Philippines. I had a co-worker from Cebu. That's so interesting. But they're getting up at that good old Australian time to play your match time, about 5 a.m.
Yeah, and you know, maybe the time zone affecting a little bit. Flizzardo's build, the assimilator was significantly later than the opponent. Not really costing anything, but does get that early zealot. So, you know, maybe trying to order things, but everything being slightly delayed. We'll see what they actually do with this first zealot. Not being on Eclipse, you know, know where your opponent is. You know, can't plan for any aggression. You have to find your opponent. Maybe the distances get in the way. So I'm not really sure I love going for that first zealot here. I think, you know, skipping it feels pretty good, but if you're scared of the 2-gate opening, I don't mind it.
Oh my god! What is going on with that probe? Oh, he thought he'd attack it for a second, but he didn't. Okay, there he finally did. My god. That is the world's bravest probe. Good lord. Like, about the time the thing it evens out, because Flizzardo's saying so late he's tired, and, you know, brownmamba it's so early he's tired, so it's totally fair game, just so you guys know. But yeah, I can't believe that probe just kind of, like, body blocked the zealot.
I think I'd play significantly better being late tired than early tired. You wake me up in the morning, I can't do anything. I can't even function.
Well, I'm not so sure. As long as you have time to, like, warm up or whatever, I think early is way better. Like, if you just rolled out of bed, yeah, you're gonna suck, but, like, say you got up, like, half an hour early and played, like, a game, I think it's a lot better, actually, than late. Alright, the zealot coming up here, probe helping out as well. That probe gonna get taken out. So far, this harass has cost Flizzardo one probe. He hasn't killed any. Oh, there you go, he kills one.
Yeah, but still, even like if it does okay damage, you can see that
nice
is going to be on a timer because of this Dragoon. But like Flizzardo's already down several probes, right?
Yeah, that's true. Actually, I'm not sure if he's supposed to cut them with this build, but I would assume no, he's not making them right now. It's probably just an error. Second gate coming up here, but I remember already had the Citadel on the way. Now, I would have thought, wait, did he start that just after the Zealot died?
Yes.
Right, well, I guess you know, you just wait for your opponent's scouting unit to die, but look at that, Flizzardo already with the Robo. Maybe a bit suspicious already, he doesn't see any tech or second gate, so he's going to be pretty well situated despite his low probe count here.
Well, I mean, it's not the hardest call out in the world to be like, you know what? I guess I'm gonna get 2 gateways and a Robo. I smell something in the air. Like, it's fine. Like, it's a very standard build for a reason. Give you options against everything. Now we'll see what ends up happening though, because with the Citadel, there's still like only 1 gateway for production. brownmamba's got to figure out what they're gonna do, if he's gonna be planning for an early expansion or really trying to hope DT can get through. I just think that's so risky.
Well, if he throws down the Forge and... Oh no, it's gateway now. If he throws down the Forge, you get the cannon expansion. I mean, you can totally still play from here. You just have to like hold them back at the DT a bit till you build up. But I mean, yeah, Flizzardo's going to have a good window. The question is he going to go straight for Reaver? Because that can still potentially open up weaknesses here. No Observatory starting just yet. But look at this, 4 goons coming out. They're going to intercept the 1 goon of Mamba. And honestly, you see not many goons from a player. You already kind of have a feeling it might DT. Where's that Observatory though?
Yeah, this being delayed is not exactly what we're looking for. It's a port bay first. Oh, you animal. You absolute animal. You deserve to get punished for this.
This is the trouble. Now, I don't think Flizzardo should die here as long as he realizes DT. All you need is block that red. Okay, there we go. Well, if those goons walked up, that might have actually been pretty dangerous, but he does hold it off. And yeah, right now as Flizzardo, you must be thinking like, okay, he has like no units. What's going on here? But I mean, yeah, it could be a fast Reaver, in which case we'd already been out though, so...
Yeah, I think Flizzardo's just going all in on getting a fast Nexus. Getting the Reaver before the shuttle, like, really screams to me being defensive, trying to get what you can here. First DT is going to go out. Is it going to be used for defense? Nope, going to walk right on by, but look at those Dragoons move. He sees the shimmer. He knows what's up.
Yeah, that's definitely the right move, pulling back. There's the Observatory. Look, I agree with what you're saying, that the reason he's going to get the Reaver so fast is to get the Nexus, but in that case, you should put the Robo closer to the ramp for sure.
Yeah.
And I would have thought if you're across the map and you're thinking like, oh, I have so many more goons here, like you should be kind of questioning that and wondering why. I feel like Flizzardo wasn't really thinking this through strategically, but now, you know, he can block here. The Observatory is going to finish. I think brownmamba's fine, but it just enables him to get his Nexus up earlier. But he will still have to defend this this Reaver a bit later. Look at this DT going to try and get in here. The Observer's already on the way.
Might be able to sneak past this. All right,
I don't think he can quite fit there. DTs are fatter than Zealots. Oh, he lets him in. He lets him in. I mean, okay, the Observer's going to pop right out, so it might be like a trap, but he could potentially get a lot of probes first.
Ooh, if you can damage that Reaver, go for the Reaver. Oh,
that would be
forget the probes.
Look at this. The second DT hiding in the corner. I actually love this move. Flizzardo probably isn't even aware. Oh my god, that's Scarab. Isn't even aware this DT's in the base. So if Flizzardo leaves and then the DT comes in, it'll just be like revenge for Zergs. You know, the no notification DT in your mineral line. Terran will still be having a good time, just so you know.
Yeah, but still, this does put an interesting decision, though, for Flizzardo. They're going for another Observer just to be extra safe, but there's no chance for any kind of counter pressure if you're not rushing to get a shuttle, like, to get out on the map. We do see that now. Is Flizzardo going to go for an attack here? Because brownmamba at this point has had so much time. The next is about to finish, and they're adding on gateways. Yeah. This might be very difficult to break through just because of how everything got a little bit delayed from Flizzardo.
Wait, Flizzardo saw it. So unlucky that that's on the Observer path. I love the idea, but it does get caught. Look, I look at the probe count. Like, brownmamba definitely getting an advantage here. See, the thing is, even if Flizzardo kind of knew it was coming a bit earlier, there's still play for the DT player, because you get the Nexus, you kind of, you know, force them to get detection at home and with their armor before they can move out, and you can still play. But since he actually got damage, it's actually a pretty good position for the DT player, I'd say. Look at that, his own Reaver's coming up pretty smart. Like, I'm impressed by brownmamba's build, to be honest, whereas Flizzardo, I don't know, a bit less coherent.
Eh? Oh, that's cute. I like that. Little heads up thing, there's a supply block for brownmamba. He killed one of his own probes to free up the supply to get that.
Oh, I didn't even see it. Wow. Well, it's probably worth it, to be honest.
Yeah, you can see with the shield battery up at the front, decent amount of units here from brownmamba. All he has to do is hold Nexus. Honestly, even if you give it up, it's really not that bad.
But Flizzardo has a shuttle, and brownmamba doesn't. If he micros his Reaver just right, he could easily kill the enemy Reaver. It'd take a few more hits with the shield battery, but that doesn't really matter. Okay, let's see. Oh, that Reaver... Okay, that shuttle getting in there quite far. If brownmamba picks off the shuttle, I think this attack is over. But the goon's doing good work so far. The shield battery not coming into play. That scarab getting like caught by that goon. Oh, it was aimed for the high ground. Wait, where is flizzardo going with this Reaver right now? Oh no. I mean, is brownmamba about to be broken on both fronts? In the main, the harass is going to go down. Ugh, oh my god, that was too many. I don't even know how many that was. That Reaver at the natural, though, doing so much damage. The Reaver in the main gets taken out. Has flizzardo overextended here? Even with the probes he killed, he's still significantly behind. His Nexus haven't even started, and looks like brownmamba easily going to hold the aggression at the front.
Yeah, it's cute. It's real cute to go for the probes in the main, but I think you have to plan. If you could take out the Nexus, make them give up the low ground, maybe you take your own Nexus, that's your way to get back in the game. But like you were saying, he didn't even do enough damage to get a probe lead at this point. brownmamba, like, during all of that, was floating like 1,000 minerals. Like, so, like, they're gonna be able to recover pretty quickly. Both the Reaver stayed alive, shuttle on the way. If you get like a round or two of Dragoons, like, the counter pressure, flizzardo's gonna be very hard pressed to actually deal with it.
I love that the brownmamba immediately goes back to producing probes as well, whereas flizzardo still is not. I say that, but brownmamba cuts probes again. Oh, there you go. You know, flizzardo was still cutting probes for a while, so even when he expands, he's not going to have the saturation he needs. So yeah, from here, I just see brownmamba pulling more and more ahead. I'm impressed that, you know, he kind of kept his cool while the Reaver was flying into the main as well.
Yeah, I mean, all things considered, though, I'd much rather be in brownmamba's spot. Like, just everything the way you want to play here. And let's not forget, he went DTs. He already has his Templar tech. He's way ahead of the tech tree as well.
Well, we don't see any storms being researched, though. Every CPL PvP, they just never get storms. Don't worry about that. High Templar don't exist in PvP in CPL. But it might not matter. It looks like he kind of wanted to move out a second ago. I don't know if he's waiting for something in particular. Well, with shutter speed, he might be thinking more harass. I'm not sure. But like, you look at flizzardo's army, and look at this third base! He's just taking it right towards his opponent. That said, this high ground ridge might be a good position because the natural's sort of behind it already, but I don't know. This seems brave. And brownmamba just happens to be moving out. He doesn't have any intel of this third, but he is coming across the map right now.
I love that you chose brave. I say reckless. This is, you are hoping. You're hoping this doesn't get punished, but you can see this attack already moving out here. Where is the shuttle with the Reavers, though?
It's
a little behind. A little behind.
He's just taking his time. He's carrying a heavy load, man. Give him a break. Now, look, brownmamba doesn't realize that flizzardo's army is right here, going to accidentally engage right in there, but his Reavers are coming up. Now, Scarabs, of course, don't respect high ground whatsoever. Sometimes Reavers have a hard time getting close enough. Well, let's see, he's out of range. Needs to abuse the fact flizzardo doesn't have a shuttle. That window is closing. Well, okay, I say that, but it's not like flizzardo's actually making a shuttle, but he could at any time, so... Uh-oh. These goons coming up. Don't pick those Reavers up. Okay, good move. He did not pick those up.
They are extending very far, though, to get that shuttle, and you can see how many goons actually died throughout this. The army advantage for flizzardo is nowhere near enough. brownmamba, if they just commit to this attack, I think they're going to be doing a great job here. You can see the Reavers taking big damage. All the goons being wiped out, and as the Nexus finishes, so you can't even cancel it. Oh, the worst timing possible.
Yeah, and like that was a good job by brownmamba there that he didn't like panic and pick up the Reavers, because then the goons one-shot the shuttle and that's it. They're dead. But yeah, I mean, he did just have more, and flizzardo kind of making one too many bold moves here. You know, first coming up here and then just trying to snipe those Reavers all out. And now I think brownmamba can just walk down to that natural. flizzardo realizes it GG.
Yeah, well executed from brownmamba. I like their decision making a lot more than what we saw from flizzardo. And again, like, you know, that might be early in the morning, the time of the day, kind of getting into being a factor. But this is not the matchup to just be like, I'm going to be really bold. Like, if you're going to sneak an expansion that you can't defend in the corner, like top right corner, that doesn't get found.
Yeah. It's interesting that you're talking about me saying brave, by the way. I feel like, I don't know if any fellow Australians would agree with this. Kind of makes more sense, I think, in Australia than the USA. If you say something's brave, it's kind of like sarcastic, a little like, oh, wow, how brave of you to be doing that. I don't know.
No, I associate brave with you mean to say something else, but you're trying to be real nice about it.
Oh, I'm not trying to be nice. I'm trying to point out that they're like kind of crazy. But when I say that, but I guess I have to think of another word.
Well, it's like you were thinking about it for like fashions, like, oh, you're wearing that, you're so brave. It's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
whoa.
That's
that's not a compliment.
Yeah, that's how I'm saying it. Honestly, in StarCraft.
CX, oh, I love that irk-coz clip. It's the best. It's so funny. We'll get into our next game. Not a PvP this time. Bravery will be punished, though, in this matchup in the bottom right. In the blue Protoss, Brown Mamba back for a second game. And in the bottom left, in the orange Zerg, it's IRK-nx.
Alright, well, to be fair, Bravery's punished in every matchup, I think.
I think in this matchup, it might get punished the most, other than maybe ZVZ. It gets the most punished here, because all you have to do is be like, I don't need that cannon. Immediately lose.
Yeah, true. Well, yeah, a lot of the time also, Protoss is like, I can attack, like, any spot on the map, and then they die. So, I suppose. See, that's Protoss' problems. These patriotic zealots all like my life for Aya, but Aya kind of needs them alive right now, and they run into the lurker field, and then Protoss is in a bad spot. It happens a lot.
I mean, when the zealots are brave, too brave, they become dragoons. There's a benefit.
Yeah, and like that's not really as useful to Aya, I gotta say, generally speaking.
Depends on the matchup.
Yeah, that's true. Look, no, but in every matchup, at least after you tech a bit, you always want a mix of zealots and goons. You're never going like, oh, pure goon is just so great, as soon as you have zealot speed, you know? As soon as zealots reach their full angry potential.
That's what makes them angry, when they like decide, you know what, walking's for chumps.
Well, yeah, they're just walking around, kind of like grumbling, I guess, you know, because I always envision the zealot coming into your bases, tearing to like smack your marines, kind of like, come here, you little shits. But then when they get speed, they're just like, all right, you're gonna die now. Like, you made me mad.
That's a funny comparison. I do appreciate that, and I appreciate what we're seeing from these players. IRK-nx, week 1 of the preseason. Let's just do the overpool. Nothing crazy. We're not trying to cheese up some games. Let's do the real thing. Brown Mamba does go for the Forge expand. Didn't scout early, sends the second probe, because you gotta know, and you don't want to luck out. And luckily he did, because he would have had a last scout if he didn't send the second probe.
Yeah, I mean, oh, look at that sneaky drone, though.
Cute.
Nice.
Very cute.
Nice move by Coz. I love it. Yeah, I mean, some people cheese in preseason, right? Some people just play even like throwaway strats like full just get it over with. But I mean, it's a good way to kind of like test where you're at if you've been inactive, and you know, even just practice your regular builds against players of your level as well. So I applaud both players playing pretty normally here. Now, are you supposed to get the cannon there? I guess because he didn't get the first scout. No? Oh.
So his probe was there in time to see the pool finish and one egg get morphed. You do not.
Oh yeah, sure.
You could have gotten the Nexus before the cannon. So minor optimization that could have happened. No big deal.
Fair enough. Oh, look at this probe.
Okay,
it does. Go keep that alive. Nice, the little run back between them. Oh, he's running, but he's in trouble. Oh, that drone coming out to block. Nice move by Coz. Now, is Coz inevitably going to go for a Hydra Den here? Now that he's taken that out. Well, hang on now. He's got gas, but I don't see... Oh, no, the third base in the top. Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah, which already makes me think not Hydra Den. If you're committing to this... You know who this reminds me of? Arda Turtle.
Nice.
This looks like an Arda Turtle kind of play. I think we're going to see drone counts that are just staggering to look at. It will be a big problem later on. We'll see if Brown Mamba will scout this out and know how they want to play against it. Because if you just prepare for the normal Zerg shenanigans, you're going to be in trouble. And
yeah,
Larva get canceled? I heard it. I think Larva got canceled.
I was at the pro space. Actually, I was watching this probe. I lied. This is kind of like the old school way of playing it, right? Where you just kind of turtle up another main, and on a 4-player map, of course, it's very effective. You really don't see this much even at CPL anymore. CPL level that much. All about the aggression these days with Zerg, it feels like.
Well, it's just so easy.
That probe just slides right in there. Did you see how the probe stopped? It looked like Brown Member wasn't even expecting it to go through, so he didn't command it very far into the base. And he's like, wait, what? And keeps moving.
Yeah, so this is actually big knowledge, though. Brown Mamba did go to the 9 o'clock, which would have been the suspected third if you're doing like anything crazy, but doesn't find the hatchery there. Finds a lair instead of a Hydra Den. I think you should be knowing what you're dealing with here, at least having some idea that you're not under immediate threat.
Yeah, and like anytime you see the lair, you do kind of think, okay, we're going to a pretty normal game. I mean, I imagine there's some strat where you could get the Hydra and get the lair anyway, but everything you get on the Hydra would be so delayed because the lair's so expensive. I don't think it'd be really worth. I will say though, Brown Member's first cannon is like pressed up against that forge, so if it was a Hydra bust, it would be dicey.
Yeah, it's always You gotta make that choice. And ooh, look at
Ooh.
this brown mamba +1 air weapons. If we're going back in
Yeah.
time, let's go really back in time. Maybe we're getting that new Bisu build.
Yeah, Zerg's over there at the other main. Protoss getting his +1 air weapons. Man, is this like 2016?
I think it's more back in time than that, right? It's more back in
You
time.
think
than
so?
that.
No, man. People.
At
Were
least the Protoss build is more back in time than that.
You think so?
Yeah, this is back. Like this kind of stuff was back in Casper days.
Oh yeah, true. He doesn't even have a citadel yet, does he? I guess you're right. Okay, well that means Zerg has the more modern build here then, so they're in trouble. I mean, Protoss in trouble. Look at this Buddy Zealot coming. Now, I don't know if he can still really take that fight, especially if he engages like that. Zerg pulls back nonetheless. I'm not really sure why, because I feel like these Lynx can definitely take this out with a bit of micro. Look at that, the Zealot's going to wedge themselves in there once again. Oh, they're coming out. Targeting the weakened Zealot. Oh, Zerg very indecisive here, but looks like he can still take this fight. Yeah, easily.
Oh, the
Look
chat's
at
so
this.
insane. Sarah Reaver. That'd be sick, but I don't think that's going to be what we see. But man, I would love to see it. And look, this Corsair is just going straight for the Overlord here. Doesn't even want to scout, doesn't really care.
You know, if I see it, I want to see it win, because I feel like at CPL level it's going to be very difficult to pull off, so I don't want to just be like sad, like they tried to go Sarah Reaver and they died. I want to see Protoss dominate with that. But yeah, he didn't send a Corsair to scout the main, which I am kind of questioning. Now,
I'm surprised that we're seeing this many cans built very defensively, like to get ready for mutas, when you're going Sairs and +1 air weapons. It seems like overly.
And this is why you have to scout, right? You see if there's a second gas, and that will give you a good indication of mutalisks coming out. And there's already a Hydra Den finishing. If the Corsair did the rounds to all the bases, he would know these things, and he wouldn't be getting these extra cannons. In fact, he kind of needs them at the front, if I'm honest.
Yeah, honestly, depending on how they want to play out, this could have been more gateways. This could have been powering up on 2 base, or at least getting more units to secure your third if you're not going to be trying to be aggressive. But the longer, look, 7 drones of production, the longer COZ is going to go unharassed with, other than an Overlord kill or whatever.
Oh my god!
You can see how bad it's going to be bad.
Oh, the drones! My god. Okay, he's going to drone up hard here. And look, he may be punished for this, because he won't have that good a response if there's enough Corsairs to deal with a few Scourge, because there's only, 6 Scourge out somewhere now? 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought there were 2 more, but maybe there's only 4. So I feel like brownmamba's actually going to be able to come across to a lot with the Corsairs here. It may or may not be enough to make up for the fact that, his own Templar is pretty delayed. He's not having many gateways. He's going to be in his base for a little while at least. And COZ has plenty of drone.
Yeah, I think the big clear indication of how comfortable COZ is right now, that long distance transfer to the top side. He's like, you're not gonna see it, you're not gonna harass him, you're not gonna kill these drones, I don't care. And the more I'm looking at this build, I don't think the lack of the Citadel was intentional. I think this was a mistake that it was forgotten. Because you can see it was
gas is banked up, yeah.
Yeah.
Now Corsair's coming up here. He does have +1 finished. I believe 5 +1 Corsairs can fend off Scourge. There are a bunch of Hydras around though here, so I mean he really does need to get a lot of damage done here, I think, to make this worthwhile. And those Hydras are ready in formation. Oh, he flies right over the middle of them, doesn't even take a single attack either. And look at that, there's a handful of sad, slow Zealots. Yeah, just to turn around, realizing they're in a lot of danger. The Scourge are forgotten by COZ, seemingly. Yeah, well, he might get 1 Overlord at the top here.
Look, imagine though, if he made those cans and they were gateways, you could have units, because that natural, there's not even a sunk in there. He could have busted through with that with normal kind of unit production that you see in most games.
Or what you do is, you sacrifice the Zealots and hit the Overlords. Look at that, flies right over that third again, taking damage for not even a single attack. So this course is really not working out. For whatever reason, he was just absolutely convinced that mutalisks were coming, I think.
Yeah, I guess so. It's just very interesting to see that why would you think that? Especially that early probe scout, it didn't find the base at that close third, right? It wasn't like an extra hatchery in the main. You didn't see the Hydra Den, but you didn't really see too much indication. It's just because it was a fast lair. It's not really.
Well, to be fair, he didn't know it wasn't Muta, but like I was saying, this is why you said in the first course he had a scout, right? So you can see exactly what Zerg's doing. Then he would have a better idea. Now look at this DT. Oh no! Run away! So unnecessary. Man, that DT could have been good because COZ has delayed Overlord speed to an excessive degree. It's really a shame that DT died. It could have been worth a lot. Without Overlord speed, it's a lot harder to deal with, but he did run it in a bit too far. In fact, the same thing with the Corsairs. It's surprising that he hasn't got anything done with these, given that there's no Overlord speed. It's just about to finish in 15 seconds though, so I mean, I think this window is pretty much over. we see brownmamba even snuck a probe behind for this Corsair stacking. So maybe like you were saying, this is kind of just the old school way of playing. Maybe it's nothing to do necessarily with what he scouted. Maybe this is just how he does it.
Maybe, but it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, because like the way he's getting his tech, the way he's trying to power up for a long time, it makes me think, oh, if this is 2 base, you know, maybe you had 8 gateways, you know, you're really gearing up, you're going for that big attack. Or if you want to be really defensive like he is, he's not extending out at all, take your 3rd base, commit to being defensive. It's very middle of the road, and that feels like the worst thing you can do.
Well, he's starting to power up now, the gateway's coming up. But see, this thing, Zerg's already kind of hanging out here. Well, that's not enough Hydras, he's pulled those back. Okay, now he needs a storm or 2. He's got the Templars ready. He needs to just kill that gateway.
Yeah, it seems pretty reasonable, but he's also kind of running on time. He did make a robo. Ooh, beautiful storm. Beautiful
But
storm.
the Forge, it still dies. Fortunately for Protoss. I don't know what upgrade that was. Was that +2 or just +1? No, that was +2. He's already at
no, it was +1 armor. Or it wasn't.
Oh, it finished?
It was an armor upgrade.
It finished if it was +1 armor, which I wish I'd selected it, because that must have been close as hell. Oh, the Corsair's finally actually doing something, by the way. I didn't see how many Overlords went down. It looks like 2 or 3. So, yeah, this Corsair's finally starting to earn their keep. Not a single one has fallen that I've seen.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't lost them yet, but for investing +1 and investing this many, you're not really getting a whole lot done with them. I just feel like maybe this isn't the matchup.
Why kill the cannon? Kill the gateway! Please! Oh my god. Please. Look at how these goons have to get out now. Oh my god.
What are you talking about? That's so efficient.
Anyway, oh god, watch what's about to happen. Maybe for the viewer's sake, we should move the camera somewhere else, because this ain't gonna be pretty.
Hey, if I'm willing to watch it, everyone's gonna watch it.
Oh. Are they even trying to get out? I don't even know anymore. Okay, that 3rd's going up, but there's like how many goons back here not able to leave the base? And this might be critical here. Somebody almost gets out of position. Okay, Hydra's coming up here, just trying to cancel the Nexus, it looks like. That's going to be a mistake. They're going to all die. Gets some shield damage in the Nexus, but that was not worth it for like 10 Hydras. Now see, at this point, Zerg has lost quite a few Hydras being aggressive on the Protoss side of the map, so things could swing back. And look at that. Brownmamba thinking, okay, I'm going to go on the offensive now. Not leaving anything at all to defend this 3rd, though, so if another group of Hydras comes up, he could easily take that down. Look at this, the Lurker field is up, the Observer is ready.
Well, there's one that wasn't burrowed, so if you didn't know, you definitely know.
Yeah, that's true. It's the warning Lurker. The Corsairs swing in just in case there's any Overlords to this. Needs a couple of storms to go down, I feel like. I can see some of these Lurkers are actually too close together here. But, I mean, he's just kind of A-moving up this hill into this Lurker field, and I mean, I don't know. Looks like Protoss barely might have enough, but oh my god, the Overlords, the Corsairs are getting picked off, but they're trying their best to do something here, but it's holding up the Hydras trying to defend this. The reinforcements coming down for Zerg. I don't know about this for Protoss. I question just kind of like moving into that high ground, because look at what's going to happen now. Now you're left with goons only. Here comes the backstab. A bunch of Zealots coming up to reinforce though.
Yeah, I don't think it was as bad as we thought. Cause's units, so many were committed to that 3rd base up at the top, they weren't really around to help defend this. So, actually, like, there was enough force here. I think did manage to punch through. The storms definitely did help a significant amount. And all the lurkers are dead at this point. Speed Zealot's doing their job the best they can here. Cause is going to take a lot of big damage here. And you can actually see the resources running pretty dry. Just trying to make Hydra stay alive. Is this an attempt to overextend? Because why take this base if you could have taken the top left main?
Yeah, that's a very good question, actually. But GG, like, brownmamba just rallying stuff. I didn't even think about that until now, because honestly, this is what people normally do on Polypoid, is just take this mural only. So I kind of wasn't even questioning it. But you're right, if you're going to take the 3rd as the natural, you've got to take the 4th as the main, and this is exactly why.
Yeah, just because imagine that fight if it wasn't there. Those speed zealots don't get there in time. The Hydras would probably clear up all those goons. Very different game.
Dude, he had 2 Sunkens at the top, plus a hatchery and a den as Sim City. Like, the defenses would have been so much stronger. Like, ridiculously stronger. So yeah, that is just a blunder. Honestly, it seemed like Coz was just, like, playing a lot better, but then, like, 2 just, like, quite bad steps. He kind of jumped off the edge of the stairway, if I can extend that metaphor.
Yeah, I mean, this is the big part about playing this game well, right? Like, you need hands and you need brains. Sometimes you just falter at one thing for even a little bit. It's hard.
Sometimes you tend to rely on hands more, you know.
Oh, please. Yeah, they did top versus bottom. My man, let's go. All right, it's a different matchup. The gentleman's matchup this time. TVZ in the top right, blue Zerg, it's Bojack. And in the bottom right, in the red Terran, it's T Forte.
Look, I don't complain when people say it's the best matchup, but how is this the gentleman's matchup per se? Like, what does that mean?
I mean, it's the only one with human men, right? So it has to be the gentleman's matchup.
Oh, the Marines. Okay. Honestly, I did not take Marines as kind of the gentlemanly unit, if I'm honest. Because, you know, they're just on drugs, running in there, shooting your workers.
No, they're not on drugs. The guns are on drugs.
Right, sorry. How come the Marines like, oh yeah, when you inject it though?
I mean...
And wait, he runs faster, so both of them are on drugs, I'm afraid.
Or maybe he's just really amped up. Like
I told you before, Saetzero, the thing is, their gun is actually semi-automatic. They just pull the trigger that much faster.
I'm not agreeing with this. I'm not agreeing with any of this.
You don't have to agree with it, my Marines will still be in your base. Oh, but you play Protoss, so you'll just be laughing.
I mean, I would love to see a bunch of Marines. After, like, you know, a short period early on, once I see a bunch of Marines, I would be thrilled to just watch Zealots storm into them.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it. I don't think there's any really gentlemanly matchup that doesn't involve, like, kind of backstabs and cheese and what else? I don't know.
I guess if it gets by the definition you're shooting for here, I guess it's TVT, right? Because it's just like,
no,
listen, you build
not.
your base and I build my base, and let's just have a lot of bases.
I was thinking about that, but then I realized it's like in the early game, you move your army like 2 tiles out from your natural, then 50 vultures run in and lay mines everywhere. I'm like, no, you know what? There is no honor here. And also, like, sometimes your opponent has like 3 bases, you have 6, and then like 10 dropships just arrive in your main. You're like, all right, I guess I'm GGing. So no, TVT is not the gentleman's matchup.
So was it Age of Empires 4, the gentleman's game instead?
That's right, guys. We're stopping the StarCraft cast. We're gonna play a real game. Can't believe we're still playing this game from 1998. No.
That's hit me in the chat with the lore. I'm not even reading it. You will not educate me. You're not going to educate me about the lore in this game.
Okay, so NCX, are you confirming the semi-automatic theory? Please let me know. Okay, looks like we're going to throw down the CC here. Nothing I missed yet. We're just going for that, what do you call it? 2 hatch play. See, this is why we have to talk about the lore, because nothing's happening whatsoever.
No, I mean, I am glad, though, you know, preseason, seeing the more standard stuff. As much as I love seeing cheese and wacky things in the preseason, especially, like, these kind of level players, you know, if they're trying to figure out, hey, what tier should we be in, what should I be promoting, everything, playing the straight-up games, like, it warms my heart to know that this is how people want to approach the preseason, for the most part.
Oh, look, he's going to kill that egg. Oh, no, he gives up. How can these SCVs have drills that can go through minerals, and yet they can't break an egg? Like, aren't eggs known for breaking easily?
Is it a drill? I thought it was a fusion cutter. Isn't that the name of the
Whatever,
weapon?
man. Alright? It is what it is. But how come it can break through those minerals, which, like, no attacking unit can harm, and yet a humble egg is impervious? Well, not quite impervious, I suppose, if you spent long enough.
The humble egg, like it's some freaking, like you just make Zerg omelets. Get the fuck out of here.
Well, siege tanks make Zerg omelets, I think. No, that's firebats, I guess.
Well, bunkers up in time. These lanes aren't going to be able to harass or be annoying at all. Second racks on the way. Gas be in mind. I guess it's going to be Academy, eBay, all that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Is this on time?
Now, he does need to throw down an Academy like 10 seconds ago. He's going to come up here, so still pretty much on track here. A little bit late. And Zerg Spy very much on time, though, so I think Forte's going to miss out on any kind of option for a stim timing here. I wasn't really looking at Terran base, not going to lie, so I don't really know what's going on here. But Bojack getting the 3rd hatchery in main, so if he can't put in any pressure with his muters, and, like, you know, he doesn't really get anything done, he's kind of stunting his own development as well, not taking a 3rd base here. Because the modern playstyle, you pretty much always put that 3rd hatch down as a 3rd base. Not that it's necessarily superior, but because the way this is going to work is there'll be no weakness on the map for Bojack except the natural, which you can potentially put Sunkens at. So if Terran moves out, as long as he gets those Sunkens, he doesn't necessarily have to respect the Terran army on the map. So it kind of gives you more freedom to harass with your mutalisks. But A, he has no sunkens, and B, what if he just doesn't get any damage on the harass? That's my issues here.
I mean, maybe you're just doubling down on getting the damage to the harass. Being in the vertical spawns, you have easy access to just go right to the main. You're not going to be intercepted by ground units in almost any real situation that will happen. So, you know, maybe just leaning in, saying like, no, I can do it. If that's the case, I want to see like an air upgrade. I want to see like air weapons or something. Just make it a little bit easier. But we'll see if he actually wants
it's funny because when I'm playing TVZ and they go for a mutal alien, I'm like, oh, thank God they're not teching. I'm happy playing against this. But then when I watch, I'm like, yes, Zerg, go for the mutal alien. It's a good strat. So I don't know if it's good or bad, to be honest.
So how do you feel about Muta starting before the eBay?
I mean, it should be, yeah, it should be, wait, no, yeah, that eBay is pretty late. I was going to say it should be done in time,
late.
But it's not. He needs to move the bio out. His only option here, Terran's only option, is to put the pressure with the bio and force the mutalist to like fight his bio for a little bit, which he certainly can do, but he's not moving out right now. He should have moved out already. This is actually going to look very dicey for Terran. If these mutalists just going to arrive in the main and end the game, because if you have good micro, you can kind of deal with that bio well enough that you need a lot of damage done here.
Yeah, eBay just finishing up now. No turrets started, or a couple are started, but where are they?
In the main.
By the production, okay, good.
Yeah, that's the most important location, to be fair, but you're also getting one up next in the main. These mutas come in just in time. It's stalled a bit. But look at this, he's going to get a bit of damage done already. So, you know what? I mean, I was questioning Zerg with the third hatch in base, but so far this is looking pretty good for Zerg. Ooh, I would not have looped back there. But anyway, he'll get out, probably lose a mutalist, or maybe none. It doesn't lose a single one, so great damage coming down from Zerg so far. Look how sparse this mineral line is now. And Terran has not left their base, which honestly might be the critical mistake here. If that bio was pushing across the map, Zerg would have no choice but to use the mutalist to kind of harass that bio ball and defend himself. Now look at this, Zerg is going for a third base now.
He was back in the main, being super annoying here. I like how bojack's trying to play
Ooh.
like any kind of thing. And I think you know that there's some kind of attempt to move out, and these buildings really making these rings hard to go through. You hear the stems, but they can't maneuver in a good spot to actually shoot the mules. Again, no losses go through, a little more damage done, and but just buying time as Lurker Aspect is about to finish, and it buys them time to get those creep colonies up.
Yeah, Zerg getting away with no Sunkens until now is a huge deal, actually. Like just holding Terran back. This is like again like kind of old school before Terrans figured out that you could force Zerg to be in your base by being near their base. You know, Terran's just sitting back and like really getting slaughtered by the Munimarker. Finally getting more turrets in that main, so all the bases will be covered now. And he is being able to fearsome force. Where are the medics at? I thought there were more. Oh, there comes another one. Is there another one? Well, look at that. He sees the mutas, but he can't quite get to them. Ooh. Does he have marine range? I can't tell. I think he does.
I'm not particularly sure, but bojack is doing a great job. This marine force is getting slowed down a pretty significant amount here. Sunkens are done, and he's baiting a decent amount of stims as well. Gonna lose an overlord, unfortunately, as it flies across the map, but
it happens.
Ooh, that supply blocks. That's actually a big
deal.
Oh,
actually, that could have been, yeah, real dangerous, because that means he can't morph his lurkers right now. He's or is that Aspect still researching? No, he's morphing a lurker.
Yeah, it's been done.
That's what I thought. So yeah, if he somehow attacked the natural there, he might have been able to break through against that one lurker, but does opt to pull back, and I think that's fine, because he is at least putting pressure on the Zerg now. Terran's starting to claw back some control, and Zerg not with a hive yet, or even a Queen's Nest for that matter, so I mean, although Terran took a lot of damage, as I was mentioning, Zerg kind of stunted their own development and also missed out on this tech, so Terran's still in an okay position here, it's just their economy is quite weak.
Yeah, for a couple Marines getting donated. Never a bad thing to see.
Or are they picking off that mutalist? They were traded for one mutalist. Probably not worth, but...
I'm going to say not worth at this point. But Queen's Nest on the way. Bojack did take the top left base, and you can see Forte is moving out, getting some scans on. What are you looking for? Thinking maybe the 12, but Bojack didn't expand there, so we'll see if Forte can sniff it out. All these mules gotta be careful where they're flying. Pulls back
good
pretty quick.
Time there. Yeah. Okay, more hatcheries coming up from Bojack. He's macroing very well here so far. And, you know, Terran's still trying to recover the SCB count slowly. Bunch of barracks now. It looks like it's going to be SK Terran because that factory's already floating. 2 starports on the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, 2 starports seems like the dead giveaway to me. Forte is still scanning around trying to get an idea. I do believe they did see the base up the top, but wants to put pressure up at the front. I don't know how much I agree with this. You don't really, it's hard to see.
Oh, there's no way. There's a lurker back there, or maybe even more than one now. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
So there's no way that's happening, and he knows it too. He just pulls back, and has not found out this top left. Or if he did, maybe he realizes the lurker's on the ramp already, or what? I can't tell.
I think so. I think he scanned the top left. So
Okay.
I think he knows.
And just because he can't attack it, and he's just trying to make sure no fourth goes up. I don't know. I feel like he would have at least gone over there and tested the lurkers or something. But maybe he realizes there's no point. I don't know. Look, man, my money is that he doesn't actually know it's there yet.
Ooh, look at these legs running right by the bio.
Yeah, Backstab could come in here, or at the very least he could take out these reinforcements. Now look at this, Terran going for this fourth pretty early, I would say. But you know, his vessel's going to be out sooner or later. Man, that's a late stim, but he does clean up those Zerglings. Oh, Terran tried to attack at the natural a little bit.
Yeah,
How
lost a
many
couple.
Marines did he lose?
He lost like 4 or 5 units, I think. But he
Yeah.
didn't even get much damage on the sunk. Gets backed off pretty quickly. Sending Marines out to go scout around to see what's going on. Maybe testing the defense at that top left base.
You see, I guess he's making sure. No, see, he did not know about it. Look, he did not actually know until now. It has become less common.
He had like a circular vision part of it, so
He
that
did?
looked like a scan. Yeah,
Okay.
I checked the vision. He had a circle of vision at that base.
Surely he would have come before now, right? Because presumably if there were no lurkers there earlier, he could have broken through, but now there definitely is. I don't know, just... Whoa, look at this science facility floating out of the way. I really think he would have come earlier if he actually realized, and like at least tried.
Ooh, look at this. Greater Spire. Fun. Mia's
Yeah, I don't
already in
dislike
position,
it.
already positioned by the natural. There's not that many turrets here. Unfortunately, we are going to get vessels and a radiate going to be...
Oh, he scans it. Terran scans it. So if he goes straight into Wraiths here, he can probably shut this down pretty hard. And look at that, he gets 2 Wraiths in production and Cloak. Now, the thing is, Zerg could just like not make any Guardians now. That would be kind of a pretty good move in the end.
It seems pretty reasonable, but I like not a giant reaction. It's not like race will be completely useless. Maybe you go harass some other bases or something, kill off a couple of drones, just be annoying.
I mean-
Overlord hunting, you can make some use out of it.
Yeah, but as soon as Defilers are out, they become pretty bad. That's the issue with that.
If
And, like, it's a lot
you
of investment compared to Vessels, which are like the counter to Defilers, for example.
sure, but like you're not terribly like upset if they're dark swarming to save wraith
Oh,
damage.
no, it's Saetzero. It's not going to go down like that. They're going to plague all your Wraiths, and then one Nudist will kill them. That's what's going to happen. Because you have to clump together to harass effectively.
I mean that sounds fine too. That does not.
Oh,
Sound
he is morphing them, though. And honestly, I think Bojack's going to be caught off balance here, because I think he's going to lose all those, he's invested all this cash. And in this case, where, you know, you take out the Guardians as well, then you start harassing, then I feel like it's well worth it, because you've got so much value out of them as well. The harass is just like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, we'll at least buy a little bit of time though, in knowing that there was race made. That means it is less vessels you have to deal with as Defilers starting to research Plague, really kind of getting into this hive tech. But Bojack, that top left base is not super saturated. Working on it now, hasn't taken a fourth
Well,
base.
it has
We'll see.
gas saturated, so I mean, does Zerg really care about the minerals? Look at this, these Wraiths going to come in here. He didn't save a Devour or any Mutalisks or anything, so doesn't even need Cloak. He's just going to take those out at his leisure. So Zerg really only going to get a couple SCVs to show for his efforts here, and this third base up very healthily. I mean, normally I would have said this third base is a bit brave, but honestly, in this scenario, Zerg doesn't really have any options to do anything about it. And Terran is just mining up all the money.
Yeah, I'm sad that the Guardians didn't do more, but still, like we get to see race, we get to see some fun units. That's pretty cool, right? It's all right.
Yeah, well, we'll see what he does with him. Plague is going to be finished in just a second. And like I was saying, it kind of just takes one Plague on the race, and you're kind of like, alright, well, either I run them home and repair all these, or they're dead. Alright, he's going to come out here with Darksworn first, I think. Or maybe he's going to go Plague first. Oh, that bad boy's at full energy. I guess he's waiting for... Oh, okay, here we go. Oh.
One leg to get an idea.
Oh.
Good Plague. Good Plague.
Ouch. Yeah, that's going to sap those medics' energy for sure, if nothing else. Where'd the Wraiths get to? I lost them. Oh, there they are. Needs to comp those up, man. I mean, I don't know what weave. It's not like he has a trap to severe or anything, so...
Ooh, a couple Scourge were on the bottom side, so the Wraiths are getting some damage, but still plenty to survive. Now there's no anti-air here. Like,
but look.
are you gonna have to Dark Swarm to save your
Oh, he's
drones?
all the anti-air he needs. No. Okay, he's gonna... I want him to play, because that guy's got full energy. Come on, do it. Someone stop these. Okay, there you go. And now these become true paper planes. But that's it, there's still no anti-air in here, huh? One Mutalisk could do a lot of work right now.
Yeah, it would be pretty nice. Radiate is about to be finished research. Ultralist Cavern was made, but I don't see the upgrades on the way yet. It's not like Bojack's that far behind on armor, doing a pretty decent job keeping his stuff upgraded and moving forward, so.
Well, Terran's about to finish +2, so I mean, Terran's keeping up, and that's all Terran really has to do. Scourge coming out, which kind of surprised me when they're all plagued. Again, I feel like a Mutalist is the unit, but nonetheless. Look at this. Oh, they're gonna die. Oh, we close.
Oh, the rest is just gonna be annoying. Now, look at this. They move towards the top left. All of these medics are going in. Doesn't realize there's 4 lurkers stacked.
Oh, the 4 medics. Well, he had plenty of medics, luckily. Well, maybe not plenty, but he had quite a few, so he still has some left. And yeah, you can't be getting up this ramp just with bio. You need the vessels or dropships, maybe. There's just no way. Terran is taking a 4th here. Not really spending the money he has, though, I have to say. The starport production in particular has been very lacking. He should have like 6 vessels by now. Okay, here is an option. If Zerg's not going to make a Mutalist or something to deal with these wraiths, you can eventually pick off these lurkers. It's going to take a while, but it is possible.
A while. A while. He's going to have to burn so many scans and so much time. A while is generous.
Okay, these Scourge coming up here. Zerg doesn't have Overlord speed, does he? Oh, look at that. Dark Swarm's breaking out of the natural suddenly, and there's so many Lings. Not enough bio in the way. The 3rd suddenly in danger here. All it would take is one Dark Swarm to at least lift that. Terran's intent on trying to break through at the top here, and maybe he can, because the vessels are here for detection now. But if he loses this 3rd, I don't know. Oh my god, those Lings just slaughtering that bunker.
They even got some reinforcements that are moving towards the top left. There's so much investment up at this top left. It's like, if they knew you were going to break through, they have the Nidus. They could just escape. Like, they're not going to do big damage here. No reaction at that 3rd base, so unfortunately, there's going to be some big damage going through. There's still 2 lurkers left. We're almost getting there. Radiate use, so maybe the Terran will break through. Fire bats do spawn, get in time to save the 3rd.
That Nidus. Where's the other end of it? Did he not make the other end of it? I think that's only a one-ended Nidus or something, because he... is that in the natural? It's building in the natural, but unfortunately... Oh my god. Forte got up there! His 4th is being attacked, I guess is distracting him, but he needs to get in there like yesterday. Okay, here he comes. And what does Zerg have here? Oh, okay.
Lurkers, Defilers. Ooh, Stim going down, nothing first.
Oh my god, he doesn't Dark Swarm, and I think that might actually lose the game for Zerg right there. I think that's GG. Yeah, that's all of Zerg's defenses anyway, even if they weren't out of position, because there's nothing.
So many drones are here. Look, it's over 12. This is so much.
Bojack leaves the game. That's it. GG.
Oh man, that's a brutal way to lose a game.
If he threw down the Dark Swarm there, the Marines could kind of run past it, but at least he still would have had units there fighting. And he probably would have been able to stay in the game because the Ultralists were out. Dang.
Yeah, it sucks like when there's just something on a nice edge like that so easily to kind of fumble something important and lose the game, because honestly, like, it's not like Zerg played badly that game really at all. I would have liked to sit at 4th base at some point, but they were really, like, the upgrades were going good, working on the hive tech, making good use of what they had. Just one small fumble and it hurts so bad.
Yeah. Well, I will say, you know, he already tried to go for the Guardians, it didn't work out, and that kind of put him back in the game a bit compared to how it was going.
Alright, into another game. We got Bojack back for more in the top right in the pale yellow Zerg. And in the bottom right in the dark blue Protoss, brownmamba 69. I know no one could read it, but trust me, it's them.
Okay, so back to PvZ. Done with that TvZ nonsense. You're here in a CPL cast, you know it's going to be PvZ. Other matchups don't even exist.
Well, that's your fault for not making Terran sound cooler. We could have had a whole new influx of Terran players this season, but you didn't sell it.
Why is it my responsibility?
Because you're the Terran player.
Like, you've been selling Protoss, you always complained about, like, you know, you die like this to Zerg, you die like this to Terran.
Hey, I don't need to sell Protoss. Protoss sells
I tried
itself.
to make it look cool in those games that get casted. I was making battle cruisers, alright? Well, what do you want from me?
Protoss sells itself. That's all I'm saying. And whoa.
Was it though? Yeah.
What is up? Yeah. Cancel that.
Okay, good. I thought it was a Nexus for a second, then I realized how early it was, and I was like, oh, that's embarrassing. Well, that kind of shakes you off your game right to begin with, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's not exactly how you want to open up. And Bram, I was hoping we'd be talking about nonsense, so I wouldn't catch that. But no, I saw that immediately.
That Swarm Hydra ZBZ is like illegal drugs. I'm not selling that.
Hydra ZBZ, I don't know, man. It's robust, isn't it? Robust, those units.
Shut up right now. Oh my god. I feel like there's a few like illegal drugs out there. There's like bio TVT or something. That's the worst one of all.
I mean, isn't that most people that don't want to play the match, if you just like try to do something crazy early and get big damage done, wouldn't that be the bio move?
I mean, if you're talking about like BBS, I guess.
Yeah.
No, don't get stimulatics though, for God's sake. What's the forbidden composition in PvP? Is there one?
Forbidden in PvP. I think if you build a Stargate period.
Oh come on, arbiters are good. The game's big enough.
Yeah, but if your PvP got to that point, rules are thrown out the window.
Okay. Yeah, I guess if you build a Stargate, people are like, "What are you doing? Are you really going to make a scout against this like pure goon composition?"
I are seeing the Forge, brownmamba. I'm a little surprised, but yeah, it's bojack. It's only making the one set of length, so it doesn't need to make that can. So even with that the pylon being a little bit late and everything getting thrown off, still getting the kind of start you want to as Protoss. Just, tiny little hiccup, doesn't matter, no big deal.
And look at this this Overlord kind of hanging out at this third. Oh, it looks like bojack might go for the middle only this time, actually. And yeah, I think this is the better strategy on this map. Certainly the more modern strategy anyway. If you're powering on a bunch of Hydras, it's not that hard to defend that high ground, especially once Lurkers are out too. And there's no way Protoss is coming in the natural if there's a Lurker field on the high ground as well, because they're just going to be in a completely surrounded position. How long can he live for? This probe's days are numbered.
I don't know, man. It's got those shields. He's got so much health. Theoretically infinite.
Technically less health than any other worker, it's just the damn shields. Does that mean, like, Protoss made this, like, really flimsy robot? It's, like, flimsier than, like, a random bug. It's just that the shields keep it going.
Are we going to Lings a random bug? Like, in the lore, how big do you think Lings are? Like, they're not like, bug size. They're, like, probably, like, wolf size. They're probably terrifying.
Yeah. I was thinking more the drones when I said a random bug, but okay.
Well, the drones are bigger than the... They're huge. They are so huge. They're
Look, to a Protoss, I'm sure they're like a random bug. Protoss like 8 feet tall or whatever, right?
Yeah, I don't know. They're crazy. At least Zealots. I don't know about it.
I'm just saying, if they're so advanced, how come they can only build a robot with 20 hit points?
You build a
robot with 60.
No, they built a suit. That's not a robot. He's a dude
running.
Isn't
that even worse then, though? Because it has a fleshy human interior and still has 3 times the health?
Yeah, it's all armor, man.
Yeah, why couldn't the probe be all armor? Imagine if they had 60 health, 20 shields.
You want to give me that timeline? You want that timeline?
I can make a map today and just give you those probes, see how you go.
Literally just gonna probe rush you. So the probe has stayed alive long enough to see the lair complete, which is very good information. Still alive at this point because the link speed is not done yet, so sees the spire on the way. All the info you were looking for as brownmamba, you have gotten everything you need. You do see a Stargate on the way, so knows what they're going to do. And I will be curious what kind of style they're going to play, because the way they were playing the Stargate with the +1 air weapons, I don't want to see that again. It didn't really suit that well. Right.
Yeah, I mean, they did win in the end, though, because their Zerg opponent, sacrificed a lot of Hydras for not much. So, I mean, you never know. Maybe, again, I don't think it's really a reaction. I think brownmamba just likes to play that way. It certainly looks like that it's going to be the same thing coming out. And, we do always say it's true that a well-executed strategy will win against a poorly executed strategy, even if it doesn't really counter it. For Zealot, I don't think his life has been well executed up to this point. He's probably thinking that. It's very like, oh...
Well, he's about to be well executed, don't worry.
What? Oh my god. Oh, Saetzero, you can't say that. You're a Protoss player. Oh my god.
Listen, I can make fun for stuff dying too, just as long as it's not happening to me.
Someone clip that. Okay, but yes, unfortunately didn't get anything done there, but I think you kind of have to send it just to make sure the Zerg made the Lings get the scouting. Now, this probe surviving all the way till the spire is finished. What a god.
Yeah, if only it could survive a little bit more, but honestly, the fact that it got here, it sees that the extractor is not finished. That's a lot of information, a ton of information that you shouldn't be able to get. And we saw this last game, but we're gonna pretend this is my Corsair can start killing your overlords because I already scouted well enough. But I think that's just what's gonna happen.
This anyway.
Yeah, you would have done it anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, Citadel much faster. That does. I think that confirms that the last one there was just an oversight, but much faster.
That
This one way
Templar,
better.
he needs that Templar archive too, though. Now, yeah, he's still getting those anti-mutilist cannons, though. Now, that said, the second gas I did think was a little bit early from Zerg if he's not going for mutilist, which I don't think he is, by the way. I just wouldn't have thought you'd take it that fast when you're going straight to 500 Hydra here.
I don't mind a cannon in the main, but the last game we saw 2 cannons, which is like
that's true, and one in the multiple.
Yeah. So like having the one just to fight off Scourge, give yourself like a little safe spot to go back to. I do not mind that at all.
Like, these Hydra's already coming out. Not that many drones for bojack right now. I mean, 30's not bad, but he's not trying to drone up super hard or anything like the other game. Now Zealot Speed's on the way. Technology guys did finish. I guess it builds quicker than I thought.
Wait, where are the extra gateways though? Still on 2 gateways at this point seems.
Oh.
It's gonna stunt the production pretty quickly here, I think.
Yeah, well, that's odd when he didn't get all these anti-muta cannons. You know, I'm surprised he hasn't been able to full door. Now he's a good number of zealots already. He's gonna have a pretty strong, I feel like, Corsair speed zealot attack here. But there's a bunch of Hydras out, and the Sim City in every location is kind of prepared. So I don't expect Protoss to be able to really do that much here.
Yeah, the only thing that you get the opportunity is that bojack hasn't gotten sunken pretty much anywhere.
That's
so,
good.
you know, maybe you get yourself in a good spot.
Well, okay, here's the issue. The Hydras, I don't know if they should be coming across the map. But that said, that's not as many Zealots as I thought, actually. I thought he had a few more somehow, but I guess I was blind. So yeah, this looks kind of menacing right now for Protoss. If he can deal with those Overlords, a DT could stop this. Where are the Corsairs right now anyway? Oh, they're hanging around. I feel like he kind of needs pressure with these to keep the Hydras back, and now it looks like, well, his wall is kind of in danger. Storm is nowhere near finished. There's only 2 cannons here. The Zealots are getting all picked off. Is Protoss just going to die? Just like that?
I would hope not, but, you know, maybe these other ones go through. Like, the Hydras are not... They're trying to force their way through. The pros blocking just enough, I think. It's just going to buy barely enough time. You see how low these are, but the cannons do finish up here. I think bojack has to back off, but all things considered, look at the worker count, look at the unit count. I think everything's looking pretty good here. Brownmamba was trying to use his Corsairs to get some damage done on the back end, but bojack definitely got the better end of this engagement.
Well, he did get like 4 Overlords already, so it's not terrible. And all that bojack really got for that was a bunch of Zealots, and he lost a lot of Hydras. So I'm not so sure. I think this is actually fine for Protoss. Oh my god, I want him to go get these Overlords, but he's not going to, is he? Seems like 5 Corsairs is his limit. I wouldn't mind seeing him go up to like 7 and just really shred those Overlords, getting +1 air weapons already. I mean, why not, man? Why not?
It's a fun way to play. It's a very fun way to play.
Oh, I love going double Stargate, honestly. It's a lot of fun. Who wants to mess with these stupid ground units? And look at that, he sees the 4th coming up here, which is nice intel. Gate count is slowly increasing. Now, the Forge survived too. Or did he rebuild it? I didn't see. Surely that
it did survive.
Yeah, so his upgrades are going to be fine. And like I was saying, I feel like Zerg didn't really have much to show for that except some killed Zealot. If the Zealot count's going to be the deciding factor, I guess Zerg's okay, but I'm not so sure.
I am just concerned because, like we were saying with the gateways earlier not being added on, I don't think it's going to be hard to make an army that's going to be able to fight this. That's Lurker aspect nearing completion. There's a row just being started. Like, up at that 12, you just put some stuff on these ramps, and I think you're being in a pretty good spot to defend as bojack.
Please tell me brownmamba kills the gate this time. Look, I think brownmamba's army is very scary right now. Now, what he may or may not be able to get done with this army is yet to be seen, but I feel like it has a lot of potential. Zealots suddenly streaming out, but then they change their minds. Very abortive fight there. Storm does a little bit of damage. Whoa, that Zealot, he just really wanted to die.
He had to die. He's starting to make Dragoons right now.
Oh, that Storm doing a lot of damage to those Zealots. But yeah, I guess so. He needed some souls to put in those. Alright, but Protoss coming out on the map here. Only a couple of Templars, actually. Really? He didn't make any more? I'm surprised.
He's got a much more in production. He's got a much more in production now. But
yeah.
They get thrown off a little bit, just trying to get units being produced. But we just see, like, transition into Goons, getting the Goon range as well. So, brownmamba is starting to power up and get a decent army, but they gotta get that 3rd base up soon. You see,
Templar! What is brownmamba doing right now? I don't know why he retreated all the way when it was so unnecessary. He could have turned and fought easily, but now he's lost his Templars. He cannot turn and fight. Now these Zealots are going to get melted. couple storms would have been absolutely brilliant here. The Nexus starts right in the face, cancels that immediately. Huge misplay here by brownmamba, actually. Retreating when he probably shouldn't have from the high ground. Now I don't know how he's going to reclaim this. I don't know if he even has enough army to survive right now. The storms are going to have to be really good if there's even energy, which I don't think there is. No, I think... Okay, there we go. They just come out.
Just barely enough.
Well, the storms are great, but honestly, I think Protoss is still kind of dead. Because when are they going to have an army? Oh, look at that. The lurkers are like, alright, time for the contain. GG. I like how they were just ready, like they came in like, alright, our turn. But yeah, sad story, says Petri. I would agree, like, Protoss was doing fine. They weren't winning or anything, but they were doing fine. And then suddenly, you know, they just kind of ran back and the Hydras just kind of killed the Templars and that was that.
Yeah, it's just a little surprising because we've seen a couple of these games in this group where it's like the situations look good. It's just one bad decision, you know, like a strategic choice that was like, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, or trying to move out, taking one really bad engagement. It's been like fall off a cliff level mistakes that just burned most of these games.
Yeah, exactly. Like that TVZ as well. Yeah. Like I said, it's like they're walking up the stairs and then they just jump over the side and fall back down. The StarCraft, I guess.
I mean, that happens to me all the time, so I'm not gonna like talk any shit about it, but you hate to see it. You hate to see it.
Some of my games, man, you don't even want to know.
Oh, I'm sure yours look better than mine. But we got one more game, and this is the one more game for Group 28. Then we're gonna switch to the other group we got tonight. In the top right, in the yellow Protoss, it's MG Flizzardo, and in the top left, in the red Zerg, it's bojack.
MG definitely one of those clans that has a big presence in CPL. You know, I don't know what MG stands for. Do you?
My gravity or something? Something gravity.
Does IRK stand for anything, by the way? I didn't question that this whole time. I just assumed it was IRK.
I have no idea.
We'll see the clan rivalries. I think it used to be, or maybe still is.
Yeah, I know it used to be. I don't know about... No, still is.
There you go. Just not rocking the handle, I guess, he's not playing official clan matches, or what?
Doesn't want to use different tags for, you know, playing CPL, like some people.
Yeah, I like people with the CPL tag. It's not like there's an official CPL clan or anything, but, you know, they're repping it out there.
The Coach-Pupil League, I get it.
Coach-Pupil League, no. I'm looking in chat right now, and NCX is using the caster command fine, but then like 2 lines later, Stemo's using it. I'm like, well, you didn't trust the one that NCX used, or what? What's happening there?
I think it's just the meme. No, like, it's on the screen. If I'm ever running stream, it's on the screen at all times. So I know you guys know who it is. You're just memeing me because I don't know how to use the bot. Alright,
so... interestingly, Flizzardo got that forge quite late. I think he was hoping for a Nexus first, but he didn't one-scout the Zerg. And he's going to be fine here, because it is just another overpull. But it's interesting to me that he didn't get the forge like right on time there.
I mean, if you don't get punished for it, it doesn't particularly matter.
Once again. Now, surely you see this, yeah. Flizzardo knows the timings. He sees the Overlord, he's like, not today. Not today, Zerg. I know what you're up to. Now, I don't think the probe wins that 1v1 fight. Oh, actually, it looks like he got the first hit in. And bojack has to retreat that drone. This is huge so far. Yes, the pylon.
Brutal. Just the most annoying kind of play. Bojack gonna have to go
just cancel the pylon?
I mean, you could. You could, yeah.
Come on, cancel that pylon. You don't want to let that finish, because the Zerg's going to come here and kill it in a minute. And he's happily taking the middle only right now. Okay, he does cancel it. Very good. But yeah, great start here from Flizzardo. Like I said, he knows the timing, so he saw that Overlord coming out of the Zerg base. He knew the Zerg was there. He's like, alright, well, if it's 9 pool, your Ling's going to run past me anyway. So he just waits there. NCX says he can't read the screen, really? Because, you know, I'm looking at quality-wise, it's okay for me to read that. I don't know. I'm hoping NCX...
I think NCX just trolls. I'm not buying this.
Okay,
NCX is always the one with the caster's command. Like, he doesn't know who it is, so I'm not buying none of it.
That's true. He's on, like, every stream. He knows who it is. That's a good point. Come on, NCX.
Hey, he's got to build that reputation. You know, you got some of the people, right? Barisu does the weird stuff. Lightstorm, Hydra's the EVZ, just trying to annoy you. Like, you got to have a reputation, you know? If we can build that sense of community.
Oh, is Lightstorm doing it just to annoy me? I didn't know.
No, he's doing it because he likes it.
Oh
It just happens.
flizzardo is a brave man right now, baiting those lings with a single probe to block. Now, technically, this is enough, but it's kind of scary. Okay, looks like there's another layer coming up. No 3-hatch Hydra today. This is odd. It's like opposite day PvZ. I still want to see someone throw down the layer and get the Hydra dead anyway, just to throw us off. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, but we see that build all the time, and it just like slows things down. Like I guess you could it lets you have some flexibility, but it's like, why get the layer and the Hydra dead? It makes no sense.
Auto mod, man. Cowards is not allowed. Like, is there really some Twitch channel out there that's like, oh, don't call me a coward in chat, I'm gonna get salty? Like, what?
I mean, I think NZX is doing it to bully us, so the reason the auto mod gives is
okay, yes, but
perfect.
Like, we can take cowards. Come on, that's not harsh. We can take it, right? Like, come on, that's like saying, oh, you silly goose. You know, like, are you really not gonna let someone say that? Like, come on. I mean, yeah, we did cast Sunbarisu week 1. I thought we did that, like, immediately after week 1, in fact. And yes, he didn't get to nuke. He tried. Why do I have to allow it again? Do I have to allow everyone to... What?
Well, this one was capitalized. It wasn't pluralized.
Auto mod is the dumbest thing.
Yeah, I don't get what that's about.
Dude,
I think it's funny though.
Flizzardo doesn't have a block. These lings could just run right in there. It looks like they're going to. Oh, no, they're going to fight and sell it first. Well, you know he's going to get it, so I guess that's okay. Oh my god, run in there, bojack! Come on!
There's literally one cannon, man. Just do it.
Oh, I'm so sad. He's not even building a zealot. I'm so sad. I guess because this zealot at his base is kind of trying to kill his workers. I guess he has a pretty good reason for turning around, but it would have been well worth it to just like lose a couple drones, but still get in the Protoss base there. He's still not even building a zealot. He builds a second cannon though. Oh my god. Okay, well this zealot didn't get anything done by the way, except saving the entire Protoss base.
I mean, other than that, it did get a lot of scouting info. We got in, saw the
spire,
that's true, saw the time, so, you know, not so bad. And again, I think we're going to see another Protoss player that if they don't want a Corsair scout, they don't have to. They can go start the hunt right away.
Yep. Once again, Zergnal taking the second gas here. Seems like everyone's playing the standard Spire, 5-hatch Hydra, which is fine. And every Protoss doing the standard Corsair opening as well, although no +1 air weapons this time. God. If bojack just had like 12 lings right now, he could end the game. That's the sad thing.
Yeah, it would not be fantastic. Scourge on the way though, so this Corsair has to be very careful. Does find an Overlord, so at least gonna get some value out of this. Not gonna be too bad here. And I hate.
Is he gonna have time?
Yeah, I think he's got time. Just gonna be very careful. He's in the middle of the map, so he's pretty far away from that.
Yeah, he'll have to pull back like right away. Honestly, you probably like see the Scourge before the Overlord dies, but you still just run. Okay, no, I guess you're right. I know nothing about PvZ, but he's going back in for more. Oh no. Okay, takes one hit. Oh. Okay.
Dramatic.
Oh my god, no. Okay, I guess he's gonna live.
What? What's happening?
That Corsair's freaking sweating right now. Oh my god, what did I just see? Okay, well, I was just thinking, right, if you take one hit from the Scourge, but not the second one, are you actually just being more efficient because you're absorbing one Scourge, and once you recover the shield entirely, it's still going to take 2 hits, so... I don't know, man, it was all part of his plan. Look at this. Zerg going to get a good idea of the Protoss base with this Scourge as well. We'll have to see that scouting that a lot of Zerg players actually neglect some of the time. So I think Zerg knows exactly what's going on here. Getting up to his 5th hatchery now. And honestly, this is like the most standard PvZ I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I'm just curious who's gonna like make that first move, because if Flizzardo is gonna like be powered up to 2, like just to get really aggressive on 2 base as you get pylons in place, I think it's gonna be more gateways being added. Like, does bojack go for a 4th? What's gonna be the move to kind of mitigate this? He's gonna have to choose something.
Yeah. Well, okay, look, I think Protoss wants to come out here with Zealot speed. He has, like, what, 4 Zealots? What are you going to do with this? I guess he's going to kill those lings and then run back, huh? Okay. That's a lot of Hydras, man. Storm is not on the way. Did it get researched already that I missed?
No, it didn't.
Oh, dear. Dude, I think this might be a very short game once again.
Yeah, this is going to be a rough spot here. Only 2 cans to defend. They're like right up against the wall too. It'd be very easy to get it on in there and really try to get something
Right,
done.
man. These
Ooh,
Templars
bojack's
are going to hug them and show them the error of their ways. Man, I think is Protoss just dead? These Zealots really needed to kind of give their lives for those cannons. For once, I'm praising the Zealots for giving their lives, but where are they going? Why are these Zealots such cowards? NCX, use the forbidden word in chat.
Yeah,
what
don't bully the cowards.
Look at them. Why are they letting the Protoss die? Like, these Zealots are not giving their life for Ire. They are like cowardly hiding up this ramp while Protoss honestly is just losing the game. I can't believe this. A DT comes out, which I guess is what he was waiting for, but he needed to buy time for any means he could. And yeah, okay, you can kill these Hydras over the next like 5 minutes, but you've already lost everything you needed. Like, Protoss can't really come back from losing their natural. This is just rip.
Yeah, this is not exactly what we're looking for.
Look,
But
it's actually going home. Job done. I don't care about your main. You can keep that.
yeah, you send them back a little bit to the Stone Age. You killed 2 gateways, you killed Nexus, plenty of probes. Bojack's now actually up in workers, and with everything happening, working towards lurker tech, and Flizzardo's gonna be so thrown off. Robo's not even started yet.
Yeah, I mean, well, even if he had detection, does it really matter? How is he going to have enough money to like power through lurkers and stuff, or just deal with these Hydras, let alone? And look at this, Zerg just drones up a bunch. He's like, well, I know you can't really build an army right now. I'm just gonna build my drones. God, he's got a lot of drones for 3 bases. I'd love to see a 4th base here, but DTs are getting in position to deny that. What happened to the other DT? Did it die, or is it still back? I've lost a DT. Oh, there it is. It's still the Protoss natural.
Yeah. Honestly, though, Bojack, they added a big round of drones. They're just gearing up. I don't want them to take a 4th base right here. I think you just get ready for a big attack.
Lerak in chat, like, those are saying we cannot hold, and I'm like, yeah, these aren't the My Life for Izal. These are the we cannot hold zealots. Yeah. Okay, where'd that DT at the 9 o'clock go? Did it run in and die?
It did.
Oh, sad. Because it could have denied that base. Would have been a nice move. Now I'm going to try and sneak in. I don't think you can fit past there without getting detected, especially not with that second overlord now. So not much opportunity here. Protoss still has to retake that.
Yeah, it's got to be very careful how to approach from here, though. Flizzardo is trying to get some time to recover, retaking the natural, which, but man, that feels bad. You already mined so much stuff from that. It's like, you got to do it, but man, you don't want to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's like late game when there's a base of like, 600 minerals at it. You're like, do I build a Nexus? Oh, the Templar! Well, at least one gets a Storm off. Yeah, it wasn't the worst for the Protoss. At least he killed a few Hydras for it, but honestly, he needs to build up the Templar to have any chance here. Just look how much Hydra Lurk is back at the Zerg Natural here. Just attacked his own Hydra for a second.
It's for morale. It's to inspire the troops. You will not be cowards like these zealots. This is what will happen to you.
That's right, you can withstand pain. Like, they, shoot him a bit like, see, you're strong. Oh god, look at all these zealots. That lurker is just waiting to get its spine off. Oh, nice storm, but it's kind of hitting the zealots a little bit too. If he had like 10 storms right now, he could probably win, but he had 1 and he spent it. Look at these lurkers, they don't even care about the army, they're just going straight for the Nexus. They know that Protoss can't do anything here, he doesn't even have protection. Yeah, this game is over, GG. Man, you gotta train those zealots to be brave. I take back what I was saying earlier. Like, oh, these zealots, they're just too suicidal sometimes. They just need to keep themselves alive. You know what? No, they do need to sacrifice themselves for Ire sometimes.
Well, I guess maybe it's the wording that's like sacrifice implies there's a plan, like there's a reason.
Right, yeah. Look, honestly, even when they run into a base and get killed by locusts, at least it's like, well, they were trying to kill the base, right? And it just didn't work. It doesn't mean it wasn't a good idea. But in this case, it's like, well, okay, you can give up the Nexus, but is it really worth more than the Zealots? That's the thing.
It's not, but it's like you're dead either way. Like,
Probably.
so bad either way.
Could have been the case, but you got to at least try, right?
Do you? Do you have to try?
Okay, or just GG. Those are your options.
Yeah, that's pretty reasonable. We are moving into Group 37. Different breed of players. These guys might be built different. They might be playing the same exact stuff. Who knows? In the bottom left, in the green Zerg, it's Type 100. And
another emu, just FYI.
What's that?
Another emu.
Nice. And the top left, in the yellow Protoss, it's IRK-nx. NCX, what are you going to grudge match this guy for the name?
Wait, yeah, this isn't the same person?
No, this is not NCX. This is not NCX.
Well, NCX probably not even mad at him because it's like he's only 2/3 as good, you know? He's missing a whole C there. Superman gives NX the thumbs up. Germany vs China. Wow, that's a pretty far away match. I shudder to think what the turn rate might have been, but they're not complaining, so...
It seems like it might have been reasonably okay.
Now, because this is CPL, it's PBT, so... PBT come up here on Polypoid. You know, I like casting on Polypoid more, though, because I feel like there's just more different, you know, configurations of spawns and different options, compared to just always being on Eclipse.
I don't... Yeah, okay. Compared to Eclipse, I guess, but it's like... I even have the 4-player maps. I don't like Polypoid that much for this matchup. It's not like...
Really?
Ooh, gateway first. There we go. Spicing it up a little bit.
Hey, nice. Yeah, well, okay, why do you say that for this matchup, though?
I don't know. I think I like when positioning matters a little bit more. It's not that positioning doesn't matter on Polypoid. Those ridges by all those mineral-only bases are super important, but it's like, I feel... I like circuit breakers. Circuit breakers is way more interesting to me as far as like a 4-player map.
Gosh, really? I'm surprised to hear Protoss saying that because I would have thought.
I didn't say better for Protoss. I said it's more interesting.
No, but even so, surely you enjoy it if it's not one-sided, right? I don't know, man. It just seems to me that these days, like, people have figured things out to the point that circuit breakers is not really balanced, and neither is Fighting Spirit, to be honest.
Oh, it's not. It really isn't.
I mean, that's the fate of every map in time, I believe. People always just figure out like the best way to play over time, and you know, making a map that's perfectly balanced is probably not possible. It's just that if it's hard enough to exploit, that it lasts for a while. That's probably the gold standard.
Yeah, well, I always did wonder, like, is there any maps that back in the day, is like with the knowledge we had back then, it's like it's unbalanced, but would they be okay now?
Is there any map that is balanced? That's the question. Yeah, there's no maps that are legit. Honestly, they're all terrible today, of course. Because, well, the thing is, until, like, honestly, I don't know, like, 8 or 9 years ago, well, okay, maybe a little more than that, they didn't really have that many maps that had, like, proper defendable naturals. You know, it's later than people think that really came in. I'm forgetting how, like, what year it is, by the way, and now I feel old, so I guess it's longer.
Yeah, you are forgetting. I think late in Kespa, like, the map design started getting a lot better.
That's what I'm talking about. But still, in the history of StarCraft, I feel like that's pretty late. And like for a lot of like the kind of Korean Golden Age type time, they were really playing with terrible maps. By the way, these links coming up here, don't think they can really do anything. Protoss is forced to stay home against this, but I think he's doing just fine here.
Yeah, I think you're very comfortable at this point, like seeing that there's Lings trying to put pressure on. That means Lings were made. It's really not the end of the world here. And as you build up this Zell account, you should be able to move out a little more comfortably. You know, Forge on the way should be able to reinforce stuff. And we see Type 100 third base down to 6 o'clock, not the mineral base right by. So valuing getting access to gas a little bit later on makes me think it's not going to be Hydras. Otherwise, you'd want the closer location, but. Well, you know, some people just do what they want to do, so who knows?
Yeah, well, that's a lot of Zealots he's made already, by the way. He's continuing to make them, so I think Protoss definitely going to try and move out here before he has his tech. Unless he just sees a whole crap ton of Lings. Unless he, like, Zerg only has, like, 10 Lings right now. So, you definitely potentially come across and get something done. Even with these Lings now, where is the cannon, though? Getting the Cyber before the cannon, really kind of greedy here, I feel like. Look at this, Zerg's going to try and do something about it.
Now you get 5 Zealots here. You gotta be very careful how you gauge this. Oh, rally point getting a little bit weird, so...
you know what's funny? I just realized the Zealot would have been on the outside, but the Lings were blocking the whole thing, so it spawned on the inside.
Yeah.
That's quite funny.
Yeah, interesting interaction there. You could have trapped it to its death, but instead...
Yeah. Really kind of unfortunate timing for the Zerg, honestly. Man, he's got to do something with these Zealots, I feel like. Because, I mean, Zerg has not made that many Zerglings. And he kind of needs to be punished, I feel like. But where's the cannon? Build it! Okay, there we go. Finally builds it.
Don't worry, it's coming eventually.
It's not that he needed it to not die, it's just that if he wants to counterattack, he needs it to hold the fort at home, so... And I really do want to see him move out here. I think he could put a lot of pressure on the Zerg. Ling speed very late here. Only really just started.
Yeah, but +1's not going to be finished for quite some time. Still a lot of Zealots, though, and needs to be careful. The Overlord does see what's going on, at least, and we do see that Stargate is out of the way, but about to finish up. Maybe that's what's going to be what we're looking for. Scout around, see if there is a period of vulnerability. Just build up your force until then. Nope, not even a little bit. Here comes Zealot starting to move out, and a decent little force, enough that you have to respect. Type 100 should have seen it, but did not react to it. The link's not being pulled back.
He was looking for a counter, I think, or did he really not see it, huh? Yeah, so NX has gotten away with a lot here, by the way. He started his Stargate absurdly early, and so the Corsair's coming up already, and he's putting the cell pressure on. And like you said, I guess Type 100 just didn't see it, although obviously NX doesn't actually know where the third is. Doesn't matter, he knows where the natural is, he knows where the main is. Oh my god, is Zoe just gonna die?
It's gonna be a lot of damage.
Just waiting in there, just wide walking up that ramp. The drone's like, okay, let's just go to the third. They are giving away its location, though. I mean, man, he's just going straight for the spawning pool. He doesn't even care. And I don't think there's enough zealots to stop it. No way. He's going to get this spawning pool, dude.
Yeah, this is pretty brutal, but it's like, it's just not that many links. Oh, if you can actually get this, like, how do you defend this? The zealots are trying to fight the best they can.
No, he's going to get it. And you know, with no spawning pool, you can't build a hydrogen either, so Zerg's kind of in trouble right now. He doesn't have the gas to be going Mutalisks, I don't think. Especially with Corsair already out. Where is it, though? Oh, I just killed an Overlord. I guess now it's hanging. Honestly, Protoss macro is slipping a lot, though. I would like to see definitely mining second gas and building Corsairs, but he has done good damage. He needs to pull out behind there.
I've even tried to build a creep colony, but don't you need a spawning pool for the second?
Yes, you do. Spawning pool's on its way, though, to be fair. You can always make a spore with an evolution chamber. Okay, the Zealots are going to get cleaned up now. A couple more showed up to the natural, killed that creep colony. I'm very disappointed that he hasn't kept up the Corsair production. He could have had 3, probably almost 4 Corsairs by now. And that's going to be a big issue because 5 Mutalisks are popping out. I guess never mind me saying he didn't have the gas because this kind of delayed him a bit. He kind of banked up a bit. And look at this. This Corsair needs to get out of here right now. Scourge are going to be hatching. Oh my god. NX, get it out of there. NX. He's going to die to Mutalisks if you don't run. Okay, finally. Jeez. Okay, so yeah, look. NX made a great attack there, but he's been macroing very sloppily at home to the point where it might almost not be worth it. If you can't do both, you should pick the macro over the attack, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, floating up all this money and only having 1 gateway available for production is just going to make a nightmare. You see cans being made emergency.
It's freaking Zealot, though.
You making a goon. Just anything you can do to shoot up, try to make sure you don't take
Look, I think Protoss going to be okay here.
Yeah.
As dicey as it looked, those cannons just finishing up, I think he's fine because he only has 2 Corsairs out. And honestly, Zerg throwing away these Mutalisks. At the same time, in the Zerg main, DT, who's not cloaked, killing all the drones. He's not even living the game. He's just watching this happen. I'm watching it happen. Okay, finally.
Yeah, you threw me off. He's a DT. I'm like, what Templar? What do you mean DT?
Well, how else do you explain it? Just going to work in the mineral line without Zerg noticing. That Zealot like survived on 5 HP to the Lings, and then Zerg just forgot about it. I think. Phoenix says stuff, man. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so.
Protoss got all the cool counter units.
Zerg looked like they were going to do well there. I guess once again, it's kind of like just falling off the stairs. Because I feel like if they didn't throw the Mutalisks away, Protoss won't be able to really put any pressure for a little while because they weren't really building the Corsairs. And they didn't actually kill many drones, and they were banking a lot, didn't build their gateways. I don't know, man. There's a lot of problems with the Protoss play, but I guess the bigger problem for the Zerg was just throwing away all those Mutalisks and then losing all their drones.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. Like, for us going up a group, going up a little bit, like, that play looked a little sloppier than what we were seeing from the first group.
Aren't we going down?
No, we went up. Like, we started at 28. We're up to 37.
Oh.
So very interesting to see that happen. You know, maybe, though, just the rust, you know, a little unfamiliarity, getting back to the game, any of these kind of things. So, no big deal what we saw there. Just, hopefully, I'm excited for some good games throughout the rest of this group. Hopefully, anyway. NX an aggressive boy. Seems that way.
Yeah.
Alright. In the top right, in the yellow Protoss, IRK-agge. And in the bottom left, in the green Zerg, it's Type 100.
Okay, well, I mean, do we even need to talk about Agge, or does he require no introduction?
Well, I mean, I think it's Protoss needs an introduction. Are we expecting the shenanigans? Because Zerg is infamous. There's a lot of flying factories around from his Terran. What do you think the Protoss is going to be about?
Well, I don't know. When have we seen Agge do anything normal? That's what I want to know.
Oh, is that
When
like,
was the last time you watched a game and you're like, Agge played a very standard game here? Like, when has that happened?
is that like the mix up, the ultimate mix? It's just do
That's
something.
right. That's right. You scout Agge going like forward twice expand, you're like, alright, where's the hidden nexus or something? Like, something must be going on.
He's canning rushing me. He has to be.
Yeah, I'd approve of that. Look, I think there's no way he's just gonna play a normal game here. He's gonna do something. I'm hoping it's revis. That'd be cool. I think.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to do any kind of all in, there's definitely some stuff you could do a little bit early on. You know, speed zealot stuff for Gate-Goon. Gateway first. So interesting that IRK-nx. You know, if as far as race switching goes and everything, being comfortable enough to make use of the zealots, not just trying to safely get into the mid game. I'm very excited to see him try to play with this instead.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna send this probe up.
Just saying.
Do you send the second probe with Gateway, by the way, or? Wait a minute. Why is he getting that pylon? Are you supposed to do that with Gateway?
If you're planning to get a lot of zealots, it does add up quite quickly. So, not really sure what I'm looking at here. If I'm completely honest.
I have seen pros do this actually, but they're going to get another zealot immediately. So I guess. Although, I don't know, is that early? This is something about this is already kind of making me think, Now, the hatchery is down already. Agge not going for a double scout, by the way. I guess he's just going like, if it's 9 pools, so be it.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have the zealots anyway, if you don't find your opponent, the zealot could be your scout if you need it.
Now look at this, Type 100 getting 6 things immediately. I think he's already assuming it's going to be a gateway coming up here. Maybe he knows Agge all too well. And I'll see, I can't say I've seen, like, you know, necessarily Agge always going gateway, but I would kind of assume that as well, just knowing how he plays. And this probe, if he gets taken out too fast, that's pretty bad for Protoss, actually. Ooh.
Oh, no.
I feel like with gateway in particular, you really need to keep that probe in there, because there's a lot of decision-making that hinges on what Zerg is doing. And if you don't have the scout, how are you going to be informed about that? Now, third base is going to come up here. I get through his Nexus.
Third base hasn't been started. Why did I even open my mouth, man? Why did I even fucking say a word? What is wrong with me?
You know, I would like to see, honestly, Type 100 just like spam lings here, because I feel like Agge is just playing in the dark here. Well, I guess all the zealots out, he proved how to defend. I don't know.
I mean,
it's always tempting.
He pulled back. He had a first zealot moving across the map, which he pulled back when the 6th Sling showed up to kill the scouting probe. So at least has a little bit of information what's going on, but not going to be able to tell if it's hydras or whatever.
Type 100 checked his base for anything in there because he knows who he's playing against. He actually sent a ling around to check again, even though he killed that first probe. And honestly, against Agge, I approve.
I mean, in general, I don't mind that, but yeah, really playing the player here, maybe. The problem with being so famous within the league, right?
Definitely. Now, there's a fair amount of lings out here, but this still hasn't gone past when he needs your defense. So he's just making sure that Protoss can't really do anything crazy here. Now, look at this, going for this gateway. I guess be careful, you don't want to let the lings in your base suddenly. But the cannon is almost finished, so I don't think anything's going to happen here. So I get very comfortably just expanding here. Now, lo and behold, I'm surprised he's playing normally so far.
Yeah, so far it seems pretty reasonable. It's a little more links than I was, I think it's a little more links than you're expecting this early in the game. But other than that, it seems pretty reasonable.
I think given that Agge's made like 3 zealots, 4 zealots even, this is a fine number of servants to have. Look at this, these zealots are going to move out, and 700 are probably going to be happy he's made this many lings. Like, thank God I don't have like 6 lings right now. Because Agge just goes right back, he can't even do anything here. That ling's picking up. Now, are we going to see realisks here? The Cyber is so late, to be honest. I think realist would be a good play.
It would be nice, but I don't think Type 100 has any real information. Zealots are going to move out there. Pretty intimidating force we're seeing here. 5 Zealots is going to at least cause some kind of reaction. And, Agge getting 2 gas pretty quickly to catch up here. Cybercore finished, so we'll see what the tech choice ends up being. Maybe Citadel first with all these Zealots leaning into the gateway style. That'd be pretty interesting.
Well, he is about to trade them all away, though, so I don't really see how that's going to work out. If you kind of preserve them, maybe, for a speed time, but, like, these Zealots aren't getting home. They're either going to win the game or they're going to die, and now you're going to tell you're not going to win the game with 5 Zealots, so Yeah, here we go. These links coming out, speed not quite done, but they don't really need it. They can still catch up here now. Agge having a pretty good engage. Great micro there, pulling the wounded one back through the middle. So quite efficient for Protoss, but only 3 zealots can be left. I feel like a couple more links will hatch, but hang on, how many drones are morphing? Oh, he does turn around.
A lot of drones are morphing, so there's an opportunity here. Looking over for that third base, but this 9 o'clock not going to be the location you'd find it, so I think Agge might have had an opportunity to get a little bit of harassment done, but unfortunately chose the wrong way to go. Not going to be able to actually do it.
Well, contrary to my predictions, these zealots just hanging back here, and they might still go home. No. Zealots give their lives for Ryan. They don't go home and... Wait, no. Can I curse it one more time? Like, how many times can I flip-flop on this? I guess they do get to go home. I'm surprised.
Yeah, just be confident. It's like, all right, he's pulling him back very reasonable. He's setting up the defense. Just watch him turn around again.
No, but see, that's how I have to like try and like make it make sense as well. Like, they're just attacking the long way around. They're gonna loop around this like temple thing, and then they're gonna go all the way back to the Zerg base. It's like an orbital slingshot or something. They're gonna get the momentum. No. God damn it, they are going.
I mean, I wish. Wouldn't that be great if there was a way
that
to
would
manipulate more speed out of zealots?
Well,
please.
imagine if every unit could like accelerate as long as they like kind of run in a straight line long enough. So if you run them all the way around the map, they suddenly go super fast.
Yeah, I don't want to live in that timeline. I take it back. That sounds like a nightmare.
Imagine the lurkers coming at like 999 speed.
Yeah, that's actually the first thing I thought. Like, what if lurkers just circle around for a while?
They're already fast enough. Alright, now this Corsair Scout is coming up. The Scourge just popped at the third. Unfortunately, if they popped in the natural, they would have killed this Corsair. But he does get out of there. He knows what's up. And it looks like 5 hatch Hydra coming up. So, I mean, again, both players playing shockingly standard, including Agge. What are we watching right now?
I mean, so far, we'll see what the plan is after here. I think getting to this point is Protoss, like, you want to feel comfortable with this. And I like what we're seeing from Type 100, though. Big, like, awareness of the map. Lings are in a lot of spots trying to see Agge is trying to be cute with taking a third undefended. And,
yeah,
of course, Corsair goes out. One Scourge connects, the second one dies to the cannon. So, Corsair is bruised, but does not get the kill.
I'm telling you, man, this is just the efficient way to, like, absorb the Scourge. You take the shield damage, mostly shield damage, and then heal back up, and you're like, well, you wasted your gas. Well, now, a few middles did get made.
By your logic, why don't you just make one scout to sacrifice a Scourge?
Yeah, maybe. But a few minutes got made here, but really not enough to do anything. Now, Zerg getting Carapace here looks like he's going to commit to this air strategy, at least for now, but I'm really questioning this, having shown them already. Well, okay, but then Agge's not actually making any Corsairs either. So I don't know what to think right now. Okay, there we go. He starts again. Having shown these already, I feel like it's not really worth getting that many more. You can try and snipe Templars here, but if there's enough Corsairs, they can really punish that.
Yeah, I think that's what the armor might be intended for, just to make the Scourge. And if there is a choice to go for more mutas, it doesn't look like he's building any more, though. This is just enough to make sure Agge can't comfortably move out here with any Zealots. So you can see Type 100 really abusing that his drone count ahead of Agge. So really found a giant window to get that economy rolling. It's going to be up to Agge now. Look, even like now, just the hydrogen barely being started at this point. It's a bit crazy to see.
Yeah.
So we're expecting a weird game from somebody, but not from the person we're getting it from.
Okay, it looks like Agge is going to move out here because he's already making an Archon. Looks like he wants to take a fight before Type 100 gets into those Hydralisks very much. So I don't know. I mean, it could be the play because I feel like Agge is really not going to have quite enough in the air to actually stop this. I mean, he can make enough Scourge to deal with the Corsairs, no question, but I mean, if he's spending all that money on that, there's really not going to be enough Mutalists just to deal with this Archon plus Zealot. Yes, they can kill the Archon eventually, but the Zealots should be able to get their damage done in that time. How many Corsairs is that? Just 4?
Oh, this poor Pathing. This Archon just wants to leave.
Oh no. Dude, he's never getting out of that base. Oh, takes out a Corsair, and another one because the Archon isn't there to back them up. Very unfortunate for Agge. Finally, he's here, just a little bit too late, and he's going to get another Corsair! Oh, barely didn't. Very close.
Oh no, still gotta be careful. That very stacked up. One good shot from that Archon's all you're really looking for.
Type 100 needs to get out of here, because not only are you getting hit by the Corsairs, like you can't even engage them, because they're not going to engage. But that said, Agge's kind of getting spread out here. Corsairs getting distracted by an Overlord. What a hero. That Overlord tanking for the Mutalists. But yeah, like, even so, these Mutalists, just there's only 4 of them, so they're not doing much. Was that 5 of them? 6 of them. I'm so bad. There's only 6 Mutalists, so they're not doing that much damage. Oh, and another Corsair falls. Oh, Archon gets a hit. but they're not that clumped. But this is what I was saying, right? So now the Zealot's going to come in here. Well, this is a pretty terrible location, though. Yeah, and he pulls back.
That's a good decision. I think with the Simsei there, you're hard-pressed to get the big damage done. You don't want to be throwing away his R because you can see Type 100 still ahead on drone. Still, like, the economy is bait.
He's getting baited, though.
Ooh. Okay.
And I think he still has enough to pull back the defenses. Yeah, and so I'm going to take this opportunity to take a third, but I don't know about this. I feel like counterattacks are very possible here. As soon as Type 100 realizes it's happening, look at this probe already at the 12. I'm glad Type 100 knows who he's playing against. He's put these lings all around because you can rely on agge to take bases when he really shouldn't be. And look at this. This ling's just going to see this. Well, I think. Oh my god. He's going to start putting cannons.
Ooh.
Okay, Muta's coming up here.
There are a couple goons, at least there's something, but still 6 mutas, you know, that's enough defense to at least dissuade this.
Can you imagine if agge dumped the spin and got away with it? That'd be ridiculous. I think having killed all the Corsairs, these Mutalisks actually are way more worth it now because they can still hang around and snipe Templars, and agge doesn't really want to be spending money on remaking Corsairs at this point in the game.
I'll just remake a couple more Archons.
Yeah, like, well, Storm's good too. And his ground army's still fine, I think. Just, he lost so many Corsairs to Scourge, like, so kind of casually, that it's kind of been inefficient. And Zerg is droned up, like, ridiculously, taking this 4th now.
Yeah, the big problem we're going to run into, the Lurker aspect's about to finish, and no row has even been started. I would say, or, wait, it is? Where is it? It's the observatory start. Where is the, am I blind?
I'm looking too. Oh, it's next to the Nexus in the main.
Oh, wait, I am just blind. Okay, never mind.
I see you're saying no robo as it's on the screen. And look at that.
That's
There's the
a whole
support bay.
new level of caster cursing stuff. Where I'm just
You knew the
incorrect.
support bay was coming because it's agge. I mean, he might just do storm drops. Who knows? But I'd be very surprised to see some Reavers at least defensively here. These Mutalisks looking for something, but I don't think they're getting anything done. DT actually came over here to try and secure this 12, and agge really wants to take a 4th. If Type 100 can pick up on that he's really just dedicated to this, then he could probably punish this. Look at this, an Overlord even shows up just to kill this DT.
Oh, this poor DT. He doesn't deserve this.
Well, he's going to get away. Type 100 a bit slack on microing the Overlord there.
Ooh, here comes
Storm! Okay, they
Whiffs.
start moving just before the storm goes down. Yeah, that is a hell of an army, though.
From who, though? Because Type 100, look at that supply. He's at 63 drones, up on supply compared to the Protoss. And this is not the army you're going to want to fight here. Hive on the way, plenty of lurkers to fight with. Like, I guess he'd be very careful if he wants to be aggressive, but the way they've been building an army, you'd think they would want to be.
Well, you know I say supply is the same, Zerg wins the game. If Zerg supply is higher, that means everything's on fire. I think,
dude, stop. You need to stop.
I'll never stop. So, you can't attack him here, right? He'll just be slaughtered if he attacks him here. Look how well spread everything is. These lurkers are up. I mean, Zerg's down on upgrades right now, but +2 is just about to finish. Looks like he's going to try it. There's no observer here, though.
Yeah, there's one finally. Like, it took a while to get there, but there is
this
one
4th.
observer. Needs to be very careful. Yeah, this 4th.
You can't let agge get away with this. He needs just like a hit squad of lings to stop this. Now the mutas are going to try, but that's kind of potentially easier to shut down. They don't do the damage that fast. Stray lurker gets picked off. Look at this. He's going to try and come in this side. Moving in before the observer's in position, taking a lot of lurker spines. The Templars going forward to hug the enemy as usual. Getting slaughtered. Well, okay, they're not actually dying yet, but they should be in a minute. Okay, there goes the storm.
Okay.
Mutalisks in the 12. But yeah, that was just a disaster for Protoss. He kind of just like face tanked those lurkers up the ramp. I don't understand the urgency to kind of move in like that. Okay, these 3 goons actually don't beat 5 mutas, by the way. These mutas will actually win this fight. Oh, actually, maybe with the upgrades. I just realized Zerg only has Carapace. He doesn't have +1 attack anymore, so I guess I'm wrong. Cast a curse once again.
As we do. As we do.
Okay, forced to pull back. I mean, okay, agge lost a huge chunk of army there, though, so if Zerg can attack across and just kill a base, he's going to be looking fine. Now the Reaver's out.
I mean, does the Zerg even have to rush, though? Hive Tech done, Defiler on the way. Like, they still got more drones.
Well, I say yes, because it's going to be 4 bases versus 4 bases. And Protoss will win in that scenario eventually. So Zerg needs to do something. He even needs to take another base or even another 2 bases of his own. Like, say, the bottom main and natural. Looks like that's what he's going to do. or he needs to counter-attack him with a base. Because yes, Protoss lost all his army, and that's why I think counter-attacking is the option. Because Protoss is weak right now, but he's honestly like really greedily taking this base.
Yeah, but do you try to attack before you have consumed
Like
Dark
Google
Swarm?
says. Yeah, I mean, maybe not. But when you know that Protoss has just lost a lot of units attacking you, it seems like a good time. But I suppose it can go wrong easily, and then you're sitting here like, oh, why did I attack? Why didn't I just expand like Saetzero said? Oh, there was pause. Oh, I guess maybe crying. That sucks.
Oh, okay. Be a responsible father.
Wow. Okay, so one more base is going down here. I really want to see Type 100 take another one, because honestly, 5 base versus 4, I think Protoss is still fine. Creepy smile. He's about to do something. No shuttle speed yet, right?
No, not yet.
I feel like you really want that here. Unless he's just going to shuttle these Reavers around for defense, which honestly hardly seems worth it. I guess it would barely be worth it.
There's just so much Zerg unit here from Type 100. It's like, you could see even like, look at like all these little lings, all these overlords all over the map. I think if agge moves out, Type 100 tries to engage and get an open field fight, and it's just really kind of get something going here. Zealot doesn't show over to the 9 o'clock, but Type 100 didn't take that base. He took a whole lot of other bases, and the Zealot's going to start finding the setup down that bottom corner. Is that going to trigger agge to make a move at? His gas reserves are starting to run out. Like, he's got to be very careful about what kind of units he's building. But you can see the supply is starting to get up and nearing max here. I think you want to make some kind of move, and we're going to see Reavers and a shuttle.
He did just take his 3rd base as well, by the way. 3rd gas, I should say. 4th base. So, I don't know. I feel like, you know, the longer you kind of just sit back as Zerg, the more chance Protoss still had to come back here, though. Because, you know, if both players, like, you know, engage in no rush 20, it doesn't really matter if you're behind. You've got to sort of catch up and equalize, and that's really happened now. Now, Zerg is maxed. That is pretty intimidating, but a lot of it is just these Zerglings over here.
I mean, that is intimidating in a terrifyingly different way. It's like, hey, these high-tech lings, I have like 100 supply of them. That is a nightmare.
There is plenty of Storms and Reaver to deal with that, though. Only +1 melee upgrade, only +1 carapace upgrade, so I mean, these lings really are not as scary as they might look. I assume Adrenal did get research. I didn't see, but you can only assume, yeah. Honestly, I swear that's always the first thing that gets done. Never mind the Defiling Mound, in fact we can see him dismantling that food. Needs to throw down these Storms? Well, I mean, these Zealots will deal with that. Okay, just gonna try and come up here. Now, how do you deal with these Reavers? You don't have a lot of Hydras here. What are you gonna do here? Plague, I think, is finished. Let's see.
Yes.
Well, you first down the Dark Swarm, but against Reavers, that is actually useless. Maybe worse than useless if you're trying to attack with Hydras. The Lurkers, of course, still going to do their damage. Now, I don't know. Can Protoss bust this? Lots of Storms not being used. Oh, man.
I mean, a lot of Zealots are gone, though. And Type 100 still has plenty of supply of reinforcing well behind this. It's going to be 21 lings about to spawn up, so I think as this fight goes on, so agge did a good amount of damage, but I don't know if he's going to be able to close it out. You can see here comes the reinforcements. I think you got to be very careful to not lose all your units here. Shuttle speed is about to finish, which could be nice, but during this whole fight, look at the macro. Both sides just fall off a cliff.
Yeah, well, Zerg having an easier time remaxing was lava, of course, but yeah, Protoss really lost a lot of supply there. Oh my gosh, and look, he's retreating these Plague Moons. Needs to throw down the Storms. Honestly, so few Storms went down in that fight. It's so depressing to have so many high-energy Templars just not doing anything, and even now they could be saving themselves, but they're not. Just running. Now, where did that Reaver go just now? Oh, it's in the main? Didn't drop yet, though. Chillin', waiting for death.
Scourge!
Yep.
No.
Okay, yeah. Protoss not looking so good right now. Zerg has not put any drones at their 5th here, though, so economy is still even, which is pretty good for the Protoss, but it's got a steep hill to climb building up that army again.
Oh man, that was brutal. A couple lings picked off 2 Templar and almost got a 3rd one.
Yeah, like I was saying, they could have saved themselves at any time. They had the Storm, or at least sacrificed themselves to kill the lings, but no. So what's Protoss' move here? You just going to wait for Max again? He's building a lot of DTs.
I don't know, because when you get to this late game, and this might just be a me personally thing, as we see, drops are being researched. Like, Defilers have their energy, so breaking through some of these areas and attacking, and you can see Type 100, they have map control. They won't take more bases. Like, agge it's not like Terran on 4 bases where they're gonna have like this unstoppable ball of stuff. You still have
look
units
at
that are
plague.
good. Yeah, that plague.
Look at that plague. That is brutal. And those lings even killed 2 of them. God damn. Cracklings just kill stuff. Huh? Look at this. Agge going for the next base. DT clearing out how many lings? 13 lings cleared out just by that DT. But Type 100 will know about it. I feel like he should be able to shut this down. Look, if this trend continues, Agge's going to keep throwing away his armies inefficiently, but he's going to keep taking bases, and if Type 100 can't stop that, I mean, eventually we'll end up in a split map situation. Okay, here we go. These lings determined to do something. DT's here to stop them, but there is detection now. One Hydra. Not going to be able to get the job done. Oh, can they cancel that? Oh, well. Protoss not going to wait and find out. I think the answer was yes.
I get really focusing on this this 3 o'clock base, so we'll see if he does actually end up getting it. But that is like, is that your opportunity as Type 100 to go somewhere else? Drop is about to finish. He's got some lings up at the 12 o'clock side, so could be an opportunity to drop into that base and throw Agge really far off. But
oh, this Defiler is such a threat. Like, all these Protoss units there, they don't even really want to engage because they'll just get plagued. I mean, a lot of these goons already are plagued. There goes the Swarm. Interesting choice. Plague could have been good too, but there he's going to consume rapidly. Nice consumes there. Started to consume those things right through. Plague everything. Oh my gosh. So Protoss going to clean this out, but honestly, it's not really going that well for Protoss, trying to hold and losing all this stuff. These Plague goons getting attacked from the other side. I know this base might still fall, except that the detection is gone. The overlords are gone. That's the only thing holding this base, I feel like, right now. Well, also Dark Swarm for your Hydra is not going to help.
yeah, and we'll see. Like, Type 100 has got a greater Spire. There's a plan. I want to know what the plan is, but there is a plan.
What are you going to do with that? I mean...
Guardians.
Okay, there's only one Corsair out right now, but, like... don't you just Storm Guardians? I mean... If you make, like, one Guardian to harass, surely you just start making Corsairs again and kind of deal with that. Still just trading lings over here, and honestly, Zerg is being extremely efficient, mostly just losing lings, attacking this base, still killing Protoss stuff. Attacking from both sides continually. Oh, nice Storm, though, and the DT on the ramp now is going to start getting a lot of efficiency. That DT had 8 kills, it falls, though. On the bottom, 10 kills. Agge just really trying to hold on here. And Zerg this whole time has not brought their full force. I mean, do you see that fire at the Zerg third, just spinning around?
Yeah, I just don't know. Like, Agge, he's barely going to hold this base, right? Like, he's barely going to be able to manage it. But Type 100's got such a bank up at this point. Like, I feel like they got a lot of options. They just got to make the choice to actually.
Well, I feel like Type 100 is kind of just like, you know, watching a TV show or something where they're playing this. Like, I'm just going to send like 20 lings over, whatever. They're not really even like bringing their full force. Even a drone just showing up here. And they're just kind of slowly trading Agge down. And like, we can see Agge's bank compared to Type 100's. All Type 100 is sending is like a couple Defilers every now and then, and these extremely low value lings, and he's just whittling off parts of this Protoss army every time. Look at this, these like, you know, boutique artisanal dragoons getting picked off by these lings. Oh, this might be a bad engage for Zerg. Let's see. Throw down a Storm maybe? No? Well, that Archon's going to do its work. So that wasn't so good for Zerg, but still, like, what's he losing? He's losing a bunch of lings, who cares? And he's taking his 6th base here, happily mining from that natural. I would like to see him take the gas, but nonetheless.
Yeah, but where's, like, why is it just, you have 5,000 minerals? Make more hatcheries. Like, make something at this point where, like...
I mean, he is constantly maxed, so I can't fault his macro. He's got, I think he has enough, actually. He's got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Yeah, he's got a lot.
He's building a 12 on the top left. There you go.
And he's got a lot of them, yeah. Like, I get it. It's just... Like, what's the actual plan to end this game? Your research drop, but hasn't actually dropped anywhere. Like, he could be killing the production in the main or something.
I think his plan is to send lings at the 3 o'clock until Agge runs out of money, and honestly, it might just work. I don't really see what Agge's going to do about it. This Lurker, by the way, just going to work through this Dark Swarm. All these lings don't know what to do. That DT's going to die! Oh my gosh. It's so sad it died, even though there's no detection. Now, Protoss army actually streaming down here. You're going to try and attack this bottom right location, but this is quite a small group. There's Defiler ready to go with full energy. I don't know about this from Agge. This might end the game if he loses this big army here.
A lot of lurkers are here. Full energy Defiler hasn't done anything just yet. There's not that many overlords here, so detection's not as good as you would like. So you gotta be very careful about what he wants to engage with. The Defiler does stay alive. More reinforcements.
Look at these Reavers though. They're ready to help out. They do get dropped down. Yeah, you know, Zealots running into Lurker fields is one thing, but DT's running into Lurker fields under Dark Swarm, that's just oof for Protoss. Okay, Reaver's coming into the main though. A lot of Zerglings there, but honestly, like, they're kind of just free money for Reavers if you micro them. Okay, no, he does pull back though. I guess if you drop in the wrong place, your Reaver will die in 0.1 seconds. Plague! Oh, it's almost all the Reavers. Well, the Shuttle's going to be one Scourge from death now.
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely will.
It's pretty money. Yeah, I'd love to see Zerg try Ultralisks here. Like, say you trade away a lot of your supply and you remax an Ultralisk, you can just suddenly break the Protoss. They're not great in this matchup, but in terms of just suddenly getting a lot of power with, like, a lot of money, they're good. And look at this, the Reaver's all going to get picked off! The Shuttle doesn't pick up a single one! How tragic was that? Someone clip that. That poor Reaver. Not able to be saved. And, like, what does Protoss have here? Yeah. He's just got a few goons, an Archon that got picked off instantly. He's losing at great value against these goons now.
Yeah, and remember all that attack over at that 3 o'clock? All the years that were there, they were using that attack. There's nothing but cannons here now. And like a storm.
Yeah, a lot of cannons on the map. Look at this Zerg even taking over the top left. As he Type 100 just being so patient, not overextending, and like I was saying, just kind of sending like lazy forces of lings just to trade. And it's working brilliantly so far. Agge's really running out of money here. And I don't really even see where he can expand. There isn't really any option. If he'd somehow secure the top left, he'd have a chance. But look at this Guardians finally being morphed in the top left. Are they going to hit this 12 o'clock or are they just for defense? We'll see soon. But the third is still under a lot of pressure. I don't think there's any Reavers in that shuttle.
Yeah, I think it's to actually put some harassment on 12. I was expecting to see a drop or something, but if you're putting all the pressure over at the 3 o'clock and that's where all the defense is, you're not going to have the Storms or the Anti-Air available to work on the Guardian. So I think this is a great move to try to open up this defense from Agge. You know, Type 100 is doing great right now. He's been maxed for how long? And look at that supply. The money just keeps going up. And here go the Guardians moving forward. Going to start working on the units up at the front. Actually in range of a goon, so they're taking some damage. They don't need
Guardians are like that. See, look, Guardians don't really siege stuff unless you really try, but they kind of just manage. And look at this. This 3 o'clock is about to fall here. The Swarm's taking out the cannons at the same time as the Guardians in the 12. Protoss desperately trying to counterattack. Can he break through here? This is a pretty small army for Protoss. Well, it's got a lot of Templars though. A bunch of Zealots going to save the 3 barely. Look, one Corsair comes up though, and like, where are the Scourge? He needs to actually deal with that. That's a lot of Lurkers, but I don't know, that's a lot of Storms available too. If you can break through these Lurkers, you can take out this bottom right.
Warriors going over to that 3 o'clock. I get really grouping up at the bottom right. They're trying to go through, but still paying attention. Swarm's going down to help defend this.
Oh, the Templars falling with like full energy again. I hate to see that. And it was unnecessary because he could just group them in with like the Zealots and they probably would have been fine, but they were kind of off on their own. He wasn't really paying attention. But I mean, I guess he saved the 3 o'clock. Wait, there's no detection there? Oh no, that Lurker at the 3 o'clock. Oh no. Okay, but Protoss breaking through in the bottom left, it looks like. Where are the observers? Oh, but the Ling's streaming in from behind. And he still has like 20 Lings not even doing anything at the third. I think Zerg's going to clean up this attack force in the bottom right. And that one Lurker at the 3 o'clock is actually doing the critical damage. And I think he's going to end this game, quite frankly. Because after this, what Protoss has, he has the 12 o'clock about to mine out. His gas has been destroyed. And like, he's going to have no mining over here at the 3 o'clock. Zealot's like, hang on, oh no. Oh no. And look at that, the army destroyed in the bottom right. On every front, Protoss doomed. So that Lurker, does Overlord have anything in it? Or, let's see.
I don't think so. He get research up, but I haven't seen him actually try to use it all game. So
oh,
maybe just the fallout claim for later.
Yeah, no, this is the final end of this 3 o'clock. It's been a long fall down to death, but finally it's over. This 3 o'clock going to get torn apart in seconds. Okay, now what do you do as Agge? He has an army again somehow. Not really sure how, but he has an army.
But it's not a great army. it's an army that could take a fight, maybe, but like Type 100 has units still like up at the top left, over his natural, over his third. So I think if he consolidates everything, Agge moves out, he dies immediately for trying to do it. So like right now at this point, Type 100 doesn't have to do anything. He's got the entire map under control. Agge has to be the one to force action, and it looks like he's going to try for this right side again.
I mean, like you were saying before, that base is kind of mined a bit, so it feels so awkward to even retake that. I don't even know what Agge can do at this point. If he busts one of these corners and takes it, maybe, but I don't really see that happen.
Yeah, I'd say the top left, maybe, because if you control the top left, that also helps secure your 12. I think that might be the move.
Yeah, maybe. Oh god, look at all these Guardians morphing. Does he have an answer for this? Where are the Corsairs? Okay, there they are. Oh, there's already Guardians out, but Look, these Scourge happy to take that out. And Protoss has no efficient answer to this. He can't afford to make so many Corsairs at this point. I think he's going to attack in here, but little does he know they're waiting for him. Doing so much damage to those Zealots, honestly. Ooh, the Scourge even here to back them up. Taking out the Observer! Ooh. Another Observer's still alive, though, not being targeted by those Hydras. But those Guardians honestly do so
look at
much
the
damage.
mini-map, though. All these guys are going to keep pushing forward, but they are not going to be able to leave.
Oh, the Lurker trains here. They can run, but they're running into other Lurkers. There's no way to escape. Oh, no. Oh, no, he's cornered. The Guardian's still hitting him. Dark Swarm going to save them from the Guardians so they can die to the Lings. GG, well played, bro.
That was a bit of a wild one. Unfortunate. I think Type 100 knew exactly how they needed to play to shut down Agge. I think.
Yeah, just hard macro and just continually efficiently trading. And like, you know, this shows why Protoss kind of needs to make something happen in this matchup, because they're just kind of sitting back, just, you know, getting their trades without really doing anything.
Yeah, although I will say, he didn't play weird. That looked pretty
It's
normal,
true.
pretty
Maybe
reasonable.
Why he lost. That's why he lost, obviously. If he, like, you know, proxied a Robo in the Zerg base and slow walked a Reaver to his mirror line, he would have won.
Yeah, there you go. That's what we need to see. Well, don't worry. Maybe we get another shot at it. We'll see if he's got any curveballs to throw at some of the people. Into a different matchup, though. In the bottom right. In the green Protoss, Jellymang. In the top left. In the blue Terran, it's Agge. Is he race picking? He doesn't want PvP?
Yes, he's race picking. That's alright. Look, I question what kind of, like, curveball you can throw in TVP. I feel like Terran doesn't really have any,
I thought he was
crazy
gonna.
options.
I thought he was gonna play Protoss. I thought it was gonna be a PvP, all the curveballs, the entire thing.
Yeah, that's like you know, that's like playing Ultimate Frisbee. TVT, you're just playing catch. PvP, you're playing Ultimate Frisbee. Zerg vs Zerg is like a knife fight where like you tie the other sleeve together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the curveball I want to see, Vulture Drop, relatively early Vulture Drop. I think that's a move that could piss off a lot of Protosses and could potentially get you a lot of big damage. So if there's going to be like a weird thing, I think that'd be the weird thing I want.
You reckon he's into that kind of play with Terran? I mean, I'm not familiar with his Terran play.
He was into floating freaking factories into people's bases. Yes, I think he might like vultures.
It looks like he's going to go for a wall here, which, you know, maybe setting up for a drop. That's certainly a way to do it. But the thing is, when Protoss gets your base and you walled off and like you're not coming out and taking expansion, there's only two real possibilities, right? It's going to be a what do you call it? Two-fac or a drop, right?
Right.
And so, you know, Protoss has to figure out which one, and then it's kind of hard for you to do anything. You know, this probe coming across with an offering of minerals. Can there be peace between our peoples?
Ooh, forward gate from Jellymang too. He wants to get in Agge, throw him off a little bit.
Wait, is there a gap in that wall? That is not touching, is it? Oh dear. If a Zealot comes up here, I mean, that could do huge damage. Especially if you're getting drop, you're kind of not making as many military units, like potentially vultures. So you probably be able to deal with the Zealot. But then the Zealot's scouted as well, so it's Protoss kind of like, well, I know what you're doing. Is he going to lift the barracks now? I'm kind of like, what is this? Oh no, Agge. Agge, no! No! Agge, oh.
Go into it, man. I will unleash you. Go ahead.
Depot below, the units will flow. This does not block a damn thing.
But it looks like it does. And maybe you just need that safety.
If an Orchrus went on a diet for 1 week, it could fit through there. Now, I don't know if Jellymang might kind of look at that and think, oh, it must be a wall, he must know what he's doing, and not try it. In fact, he didn't make a Zealot. I'm so sad, because Agge's actually going to get away with this, and like, Agge and everyone watching this is going to think this is okay, but this is not okay.
Well, I don't mind what we just saw, though, because Jellymang did start the Zealot and canceled it when he confirmed his cross map.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I just feel like Agge must be punished for his crimes, because if it was like a single proxy gate, he would have zero chance to survive. Like, I just hate this so much.
Hey,
how to trigger Neblime?
Play the preseason metagame. Who's gonna play proxy 9/9s in preseason?
I will if I'm up against Agge. Be like, well, oh, you thought I was gonna play Terran? No.
Well, we do see a factory being done, and guys have not been taken off the gas, so this wall is coming to fruition of some kind of tech opening. We'll just see if
Don't call this a wall, Saetzero. Don't dignify it.
the suggestion of a wall. It gives you the impact of a wall. It makes you feel safe. It's like a blanket.
Yeah. So he's going 2-fac here, by the way. Which cross positions could be a bit dicey. Now, it depends what Protoss actually goes for here, because if Protoss is greedy enough, it kind of doesn't matter how far away he is. I mean, so far, Protoss not throwing down a second gate or tech. Looks like he's going to go for a robo in a second. Oh my god, don't let this SCV in. Block him. Oh my god. Okay, he doesn't get in. Where is the robo? I want to see it. You know, I think Jellymang making a mistake. He really should send this goon across the map. Like, yes, once you know it's 2-fac, you pull back. But you still want to send the first one so you can, like, check if, like, it's just coming out for siege expand or something, or what's going on. The probe is kind of doing that job right now, but I feel like agge might be able to pick it off, and then Protoss won't really know what's going on here. But I guess by the time he comes out, he'll think, okay, this is a bit late for an expansion.
Yeah, I think that's all you're really looking for at this point. Like you'll see what unit kills your stuff too. So you'll get like some kind of idea here, but I don't know. We'll see. Like, when do you move out here as agge? Like, are you waiting for a certain number of tanks? Because he's not researching any upgrades.
You wait for 3 tanks, and after you wait, why is he getting an academy though? I don't know if he's expecting TTs or something. It's very odd to get an academy at this timing. So normally what you do is once you've paid for the first 3 tanks, then you get mines and speed, and you're rallying vultures. And then not speed. What am I saying? Siege mode. And then you're rallying vultures. But he is getting speed. Agge, didn't I just say not speed?
Did you think you could control agge? This is your fault, man. don't blame agge
right.
for.
Okay, speed and mind. Now look, if the fight goes like a certain way and suddenly vultures start getting in the Protoss main and you're rallying speed vultures, it can kind of get out of control from the Protoss, so you can win that way. But not having siege mode means Protoss can kind of just sit back and really wait a long time before they actually have to engage here.
And Jellymang is paying attention, even though he doesn't see a whole lot of information. He's moving the probe, is like saying, hey, there's something going on, what's going on? The fact that these Marines are still trying to chase it down should say a whole lot, but that does mean agge does get to move out the full force he has, and it is unseen. This could be pretty dangerous here. We'll see if Jellymang wants to get himself at least in a better position, and if he got at least on like that high ground, maybe that would be a lot more helpful in the defense.
You can try it, but you can't hold it against 2-fac. You do have to give it up. Now look at this, getting this free vulture, definitely a big deal though, it makes it well worth it. And say you kill 1 tank and run back from the high ground, it's also well worth it. Now, looks like agge is going to loop around. Now normally, if the Terran army is between your army and your base in 2-fac, it's very good for the Terran, but with how many goons Jellymang already has, he might have enough to do like a decent sandwich here. The only problem is, detection is not going to be ready soon. Wait, I say that, the observer is literally already out. I guess
shuttle on the way as well. So if this does get set up, he's going to be planning to do a zealot bomb, trying to buy a little bit of time. Here comes reinforcements from the side here. Mine's a little too far back. They're not going to be able to help.
Is he going to get the tank? There we go. Gets 1 tank.
Oh, the mine!
Well, okay, somehow the goons don't die. Look, he's getting all 3 tanks. Easily shuts this down. And yeah, I mean, like, cross positions, the process a little bit more time. I think Jellymang knew quite early what he was up against because he went into 3 gates very quickly. I think he had a good idea. And yeah, I mean, he didn't really put the mines to protect from the goons running down from the high ground, and he had enough that he could attack from 2 sides. Now, agge has to go back home and be like, now I have to play the rest of this game.
Yeah, it's not really what you're looking for. There was a scan going down. What did agge end up seeing?
Nothing he didn't know already, to be honest. He did not see the shuttle, just barely. He saw that there's an observatory, 2 gates in the main, and the robo. That doesn't really tell him anything.
No, not even a little bit, honestly. Siege was being researched now, though, and agge is at least trying to produce the best they can, but because of trying to force his attack out, his worker count is low. Low is the only thing I can think of for it.
Yeah, I mean, okay. It's not like Terran won't be able to secure a natural here. It's just that I can't imagine a path from that point of the game to victory unless Protoss is making serious mistakes. Now, look, this Reva's going to come up here. Siege mode not done, but it kind of doesn't matter. With 3 tanks and a bunker, you can sort of hold this off, so that's okay. But this Reva, it's a way to end the game potentially, but it's also a risk. If you suddenly lose it, well, look at this. Then they're kind of realizing Siege isn't done. Getting in there and taking out those mines is kind of nice. Because he wants to be right up against this choke so he can stop the vultures from getting out so easily.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. I think the way Jellymang is playing is just, it makes a lot of sense. Not like overextending, taking a fourth base like super fast or any craziness. He's not slamming out a bunch of gateways or rushing tech. Like Reaver, I think it's like you already had the Robo anyway. This is not too far off, and it makes a lot of sense what we're seeing here. He does finish up that seed move, gonna poke forward. He's gonna guard the bunker with the tanks.
Yeah, that bunker all important. Gotta let those squishy tanks protect it. Funny, because normally tank means, you know, it has a lot of HP and it defends. But nonetheless, Goons do pull back. Only there's 2 of them, so it could have been worse. Now look at this. These turrets... Okay, he's going to build another one here. The Reaver needs to get moving if he wants to do any harassment, but maybe it is just for defense in the end. Looks like a 4th base is going to be coming up here soon. Love to see some cannons at that 3rd, because these speed vultures can potentially get in there and do a lot of damage. It's not like Jellymang doesn't have the minerals. Now, honestly, Jellymang's probe count kind of abysmal, given that his opponent was on 1 base for so long. Like, he should be like 10 to 15 ahead, I would have said, but he's only 2 ahead. So this is a big issue. In fact, only producing 1 probe right now. So, I mean, I was saying Terran needs serious mistakes in the Protoss to come back. It's already starting. He's already way better off in economy than he should be, because Jellymang just not making the probe.
That seems pretty reasonable, but Jellymang is focusing on a lot of harassment kind of things, it looks like. He got the Reaver and 2 Zealots loaded up, getting shuttle speed, so I wonder if there is a plan to bust this front. Because he got an observer around in the base. I think he has an idea that there wasn't a lot of factory production early on after that failed attack. So if you're prepping up to break through, I think Jellymang, it could work. It's just, yeah, it's like you had no reason to not go the safe way. Just take the expansions, make sure you're macroing it up well. Like,
the shuttle.
Not overextend.
Oh, it flies over the mine. Now, did he see that? It was only there for a second. I don't see any reaction from Agge yet, so I don't think he saw it. And his turrets, honestly, are not really perfectly set up. I feel like Agge can still get in here. Let's see, he's going to try it? Oh, he's kind of going at the wrong angle again. If he went right on the edge, he would have had a good setup, but now looks like he's just going to rejoin the army, so never mind all that, I suppose.
Ooh, and Agge is realizing it's going to be a while. Double armory going down.
His first armory is like way too late, quite frankly. So he's trying to like compensate, but you can't make it happen faster. So his upgrade's very behind here. Now look at this. This Reaver's going to come in here. Now, I don't really see how the Reaver's going to survive if it drops there. If it gets a whole bunch of workers, maybe it's worth it. But I don't know. He sees the turret, he backs off. Probably a wise move. I think keeping it with the army is just fine here. Especially you can deny the 3rd on the side ground for a while. He's stepping forward. Trade a goon for a mine, not a good trade.
No, to say it bluntly, I'd say no. Maybe just waiting for speed to go through. We'll see. But it's not like the ground armor is going to be able to really support that. So what's going to be the plan?
Protoss can't attack here. All he can do is just delay the 3rd, which I think is fine. But he really needs to get his economy in order. He's not making any probes right now. His 4th might as well be doing nothing because there's no probes there. Not like finally produces some more. But honestly, Jellymang really slacking in the macro, and it's kind of sad to see that a game that started off so well for Protoss. He's really just sliding back towards the Terran continuously.
Drops on Reaver, trying to get some kind of harassment down, but does take a bunch of shield damage. Needs to be careful here with these mines. Doesn't go off, thankfully.
Did that Zealot cop that mine hit? I don't think it did. Okay, let's be careful. Gotta take out those vultures though. I mean, so far so good. All Jellymang needs to do is delay this kind of position. Okay, finally some probes arrive at the 4th. Probes getting up to 50 now, so Jellymang getting there just so slowly.
It looks like Shell's poking around. I keep like seeing it's like, oh, it's gonna go for a move, and it's like, nah, just kidding, man. I just want to.
Well, I salute Jellymang's patience, not like throwing it in there and losing it like badly, because then Terran really does have opportunities if you just lose the river. Now look at this. These tanks getting too spread out. He's gonna pick one off, and like it's not necessarily efficient for Protoss, but it doesn't really need to be at this point. He can just you know, kill a tank here, a tank there, and eventually his army will be stronger. Look at that, Jellymang very nicely going for a 5th base as well.
Yo, 2 shuttles left side, 6 zealots in the Reaver. Now we're talking.
Nice. Alright, that's the drop that can do something. Unfortunately, the armory's the natural, so you're not going to pick those off, but I mean, picking off depots definitely can do something. Okay, maybe he's just waiting for Terran to come up on this high ground. Oh, that mine! Whew! Okay. I was freaking out.
Yeah, that would have been a lot of damage, not in a great way. Agge is going to push out towards that 3rd base, and here comes the shuttles in there. There's some good lies. Everything getting dropped off here. Shuttles taking damage, but haven't gone down just yet. This is a big deal. So you got
both these shuttles on like 10 HP. Oh, gets a few SCVs. Can he get some more? Yes, he can. Great damage going down so far.
Although the Protoss army getting kind of distracted. Look, if he moves that army up there, he will take out that third position and all those tanks as well, though. Look, this Reaver getting dropped back here where the Scarabs really can't get out. So that's going to have a good time.
Hey, what are you talking about? Look at that. That path was so clean.
Look, this tank is going to like kill it before the Scarab gets around. Okay, there you go. Just pick up. And look, he can get out now because the turrets are killed. So this is nice damage for Protoss so far. Pick up again. Nice. And yeah, that mine not going to happen. Oh, if he loses that tank, that's painful for Terran. Oh, yeah, almost.
But as cool as this harassment is, look at that money that's being banked up during this. Needs to focus a little bit more on what's important here, unfortunately.
I kind of feel like we're trying to tell kids to like stay in school. Like I know alcohol might seem cool, kids. You know it's cooler, like staying and doing your homework. And like, you know, we're watching Jellymang doing this Reaver harass. Like, yeah, that's cool, but maybe you should just go home and make probes because probe count's still low. I mean, you are right. Like, you know, it's not that I'm mocking it. You're absolutely right that as much damage as he's doing, he's kind of doing more damage to himself just by virtue of being ahead. This is kind of still okay. God, look at that bank.
Yeah, like, you know what we need to do? We need to start clipping just like macro, just watching probes get built. It's like, oh, it's hype. Oh no.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's take out that Reaver. He could have saved it, but it did kind of do its job anyway. I think that was fine for Protoss. He did plenty of damage there. He really distracted the Terran. Look at this. Now he's going to attack this weakly defended third position. And I think that's just enough speedlets that he'll just clean this up. Well, barely enough speedlets, but still enough.
Yeah, it's enough. I think those upgrades kind of hurting here because that could have been a level 2 on the tanks by now, but
definitely. Nonetheless, he's going to push this back, I think, after losing all those tanks. Looks like the CC will be fine, but losing all those tanks is a blow. Now, I will say, Jellymang, I approve of his rate of Nexus production. That's going great. So let's praise what we can.
No, I'm not praising the I have 2,000 minerals. I guess I'll double Nexus because why not? I'm not praising that.
Well, it is important to keep expanding though. As much as you might emphasize the pro production, taking the bases is important as well. Like if you're still sitting on 4 bases, Terran definitely has chances to come back. But if he keeps expanding, keeps like getting these good attacks. I mean, look at this. The Zealot Swarm is here. You thought Zerg was the Swarm. Think again. GG. Agge doesn't want to see how this goes.
Yeah, but it's like you think at that point, you're going up to what would effectively be 6 bases. Where is your Arbiter Tribunal? Like,
True.
We haven't even started.
True, that is an issue. Look, okay, so let's summarize the game. Sloppy play from Jellymang, but also just stronger. Sloppy, but stronger.
Yeah, I think that seems pretty reasonable. Now, to be fair, Agge, you know, it's not him playing Zerg, and that other than like it was 2-fac, which is a little more aggressive, it's not like he was doing weird stuff. So if CPLA is the standard Agge season, like, you know, maybe there's just a little adjustment period.
That is a terrible slogan for a season, honestly. Like, you know, you could have like CPL4, the proxy hatch season, CPL8, the Agge standard season. Like, I don't know.
Well, no, you can't say that because then people will assume other things. You gotta be like, hey, you'll get used to it. But don't worry, I think we might get a different breed of TVP this time. We got some different players, but same matchup. In the top right, in the red Terran, IRK-Royalblue. And in the bottom right, in the teal Protoss, IRK-nx. So, actually, there's so many IRK in this group. Jesus Christ.
That's just CPL in general, man. So, hang on a second. You're telling me that Royalblue is in the same group where Agge is off-racing Terran. I don't know about that, man. I think that's a pretty big discrepancy. I don't know the results for this group, but if that's the kind of skill level, I think Royalblue would have like crushed this group, to be honest.
It's but remember, it is week 1, right?
Right, and Royalblue's probably like, oh, you know, I haven't played in 2 years. My MMR is 500 or something.
Oh, no, freaking. Can we talk about StarCraft players and their just a love of sandbagging their own skill at all fucking levels of play?
Well, like I say, at the start of CPL, we should automatically put every single player down 1 tier because you know they're going to ask.
I never wanted to be down a tier. I was sad when I was down a tier. It's like I'd rather be losing in tier 2 than winning in tier 3.
Well, look, I want to be too good to play in CPL, but I don't want people to say that until it's true, you know? Like, you know, say I was tier 1, I wouldn't say I don't want to be tier 0, but I'd also say I want to actually be as good as tier 0. I don't want to necessarily just go up there when I'm not that good yet, I guess. 8 coming up. Of course, I don't know why I'm commenting on that. The most, like, inevitable building in this matchup. Look at this beautiful SimCity. Thank God we're back here. If Agge won that last game, I would have been mad because he cursed himself in that SimCity. But no, we're good. We're going back to the place where things make sense.
I feel like I don't pay enough attention to some of the very little details of some of these things. Is it 11 racks? I feel...
Yes.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Man, it's...
In every matchup.
It just... It's that kind of thing where you're thinking, and it's like, did I turn my oven off? I don't...
In TVT, you could get it at 12, I suppose. It'd be kind of a bit weird, whatever. But yes, always 11 in TVP, or earlier, of course. And I guess, you know, if you're getting a CC, there's other variations. But if you're just getting gas in your factory, it's always 11.
Ooh. What an interesting...
Oh!
This is so interesting that he scouted 2 bases, and he's like, well, I haven't found you, so fucking uprising.
He knows where you must be. So, is this going to be for a Robo, do you suppose, or DT? Honestly, like, as much sense as it makes to put a Robo here, I kind of want to see DT instead. Don't ask me why, I was in a DT mood today, I guess.
I want it to be DTs. I don't... Without even scouting your opponent, I think doing the Robo blind, there's going to be some builds that'll defend that a lot easier, where DT is just like, well, I want it to be as fast as possible. Let's see if you got detection in time.
Well, imagine he went for a starport and he scouted this proxy Robo over here. You would be so screwed. But, I mean, no one knows yet. Neither the casters nor Terran knows what he's going for right now. Oh, that probe going to get in. I mean, not that there's much to see, but that's kind of awkward. He didn't need to get in. Alright, he can afford a Robo, but he's not throwing one down. Gets range first instead. You know...
He's faking it. He has to be faking it.
No, it's well, there's no goon here to kill this SCV, so I mean, he's going to be faking it for a while. Man, I don't know, this delaying is whatever he's going to build a lot at this point. He might as well just go ahead with it. I don't know. Okay, he's going to take this out. I mean, look, he's only like 50 minerals, 50 gas short of a Robo, so he could have just got it anyway. If it was a Citadel, I'm mad with him because he could have started it a long time ago. He looks like he's going to go ahead with the range. And look, to a certain extent, I feel like you have to. Oh, by the way, Zealot in the Terran main, I didn't even see it. Doing some damage. This is why I die as Terran, because I don't even see these Zealots. Look at that, kills that Marine. And this is actually perfect for what NX is planning to do here, because it really distracts the Terran. He still needs to build a freaking building. Okay, builds a gateway, but he doesn't have a Citadel yet.
Oh.
Okay, it's going to be goons. He's going to go for goons here, and this is definitely a strategy. You know, going Vulture first makes it that much harder. The plan is you just suddenly kind of show up, and it's not like the Terran couldn't repair the bunker, it's just they don't expect this many, and you kind of run past or kill the bunker quickly or anything like that. And I kind of like the strategy. It's not super common, not as common as Reaver or DT, of course, but it can catch Terrans off guard. Now, this Vulture first needs to get out on the map and find out what's going on. That's honestly the main hope for Terran here.
Yeah, but is it going to be able to? With 2 goons kind of moving around, being a little bit annoying here, I think royalblue might be... This looks so normal, right? From his end now, it looks normal.
Just see him in chat. Just see him in chat roasting Bugs Bunny right now. Oh my god. Sorry, I just have to point them out. So, Armory Academy Camp, yeah, royalblue playing super conservative, but not necessarily defensive, not getting siege mode. He's just trying to get his upgrades and his comp set up, and he might just die here. Well, I mean, okay, he needs to repair that bunker like now, never mind the proxy gates. Okay, he does have an SCV. Ooh. But see, this is the thing, Terran's like, yeah, I can just deflect this with my 1 tank, I'll just be microing back and forth, and then suddenly like 10 goons will just like sprint in there, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, this looks like it was so intentional, so practiced. NX finishes 3 goons. He's waiting for the next set as well. So like you think you're safe, you think you're good. He's just gonna roll up with 9 or 10 goons. This is gonna be insane. I love this fucking build. I might steal this.
Yeah. Oh, look at that. That Vulture tries to get out. In fact, you pointed out he held those 3 goons back, so that Vulture didn't see them when it tried to run out there as well. So important. Simulator's on the way, but I mean, it's not like one of these 2 tanks is chilling on high ground or anything. The question is, when is NX going to pull the trigger? The Zealot even coming up.
Already working on +1 weapons, still in 1 factory of production as well. If NX can get anything done here with these goons, it's going to be so hard for royalblue to recover at this point. Siege mode is about to finish up, but so are more of those goons, and here comes that big attack up at the front.
Yeah, and suddenly Terran's not going to be able to repair this bunker because he's not paying enough attention here. Siege mode is finished, but he's going to have to block a lot of this. He's pulled 2 SCVs. That is not enough, my friend, and the tanks siege in positions where they can't escape. So the siege actually killing those tanks, and now it's just like, well, okay, what do you have? You just built a vulture. You have literally a vulture and SCVs to defend against these, like, 8 dragoons. Well, okay, 7 dragoons, I guess. Did one of them die or what? Or they just
yeah, they took some damage.
Oh yeah, he did die. I was gonna say 8 makes sense to attack because that's when you 2-shot tanks, and that's it. Robo sleeps game. That's that.
That was fun. That's like fun build.
See that one on ladder. It's very popular on ladder.
See, I do that kind of build against Zerg. I should do that against Terran too. That's all.
Surely with zealots, I assume, not with dragoons.
No, with dragoons. Because it breaks Sunkens better.
Oh, like four gates in your base. You mean not like on the map? Oh yeah,
like off two bases, but like a 4 or 5 gate goon.
Yeah. What's NSL? I don't know what NSL is. Should I know that? Say.
No offhand.
Surikata, can you tell us what NSL is? Because I actually don't know.
That might be Nom, the Nom clan stuff.
Oh, yeah, Nom Stellic. Okay, it's a good strategy, but be careful what map you use it on.
Alright, buddy. All good things must come to an end. As we begin, so we will end. Pros vs. Protoss, final game of the night. Top right, in the green, it's Jellymang. I'm not getting interrupted. In the bottom left, in the Yalif, it's NX.
You're not going to shift tab these colors? I mean, they're not that similar, but they're also not that different.
I guess we could top versus bottom it. Okay.
I mean, come on. The beautiful blue and red. Looks like NX, trademark from. He's learned from Korean ladder. You always get the from playing as Koreans. And just like, do I even reply? Because you know it's not going to end well. But you know what you just did there at the start? You rhymed.
Motherfucker.
Oh.
Man, why do you do this to me? Why are you doing this to me?
You did it to yourself! You did it to yourself!
No, you're infecting me. Like, it's been too much time casting with you. It's naturally like osmosis. I'm not trying to learn it. It's happening. Like,
well, yeah, no, you don't have to try it.
Yeah, okay, so Royal Blue, I know what you're talking about, and we're not trying to cast till midnight. Okay, with your long-ass games?
If you like DM me that specific replay, because I can't bother to go find it from the folder, I might throw it into another cast later.
I'll give them to you after this.
Sure.
He's got some long, maybe bangers of a game I wasn't taking the risk.
I make no promises whatsoever, but I might throw it into a game, a cast at some point. Oh, these probes are going to clash. Well, okay, are they gonna meet and kiss, or are they gonna clash and fight?
Ooh, different builds or same build? We'll see what Jellymang wants to do.
Ooh,
He's got the money for gas. I think we're getting 2 gate versus 2 gate.
Nice.
Well,
Jellymang kind of is saving up right now. I don't know.
He's getting the second pylon real early.
Yeah, is this just a build with a mistake? Like,
no, I think there's like a thing. It like gets him more zealots early, like, and then he can.
Oh, he's making a zealot. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. By the way, the probes, the saddest option of all, they didn't fight. They didn't shake hands. They just walked past each other, ignoring each other. So sad. Now look at this pylon from NX. What is up with this? Is he going to go into cannons and expand or something? Because that is kind of crazy.
Well, he's got 2 gateway, right? And if you don't want to go gas, you can go get like 5 zealots. They go into a forge and expand behind it. Yeah, it's absolutely another choice. It's just a different style of the 2 gate play.
So what if your opponent just like expands as well, though? Aren't you kind of screwed because you don't have any tech?
Well, so the idea of doing that style is that 5 zealots are a pain to deal with. So if they try to expand at the same rate you are, you kill them. But that is not what we're getting here. We are getting the gate, the gas, the core. I think that pylon just might be for the future. I don't know what we're looking at.
NX trying to kill probes in 2 locations at once now. Like, this is brutal. The poor little robots forced to fight each other for our entertainment.
I mean, yeah, for our entertainment, right? And for edutainment, a little bit.
How is this educational?
You're learning that probes are robots, according to you.
Okay, that's going to help people in their daily lives. There's 1v1 zealots on the ramp. High ground not going to help you now. Although apparently it is because he pulls back.
Hey, you can get educated things that don't help you in your daily lives.
You can. Okay, what's a better way to put it? It won't help you anywhere, anytime. Are those all Jellymang's pylons? Surely that's NX's pylon there, right?
No. Hey, look at the minimap. That's not. It is? Oh. Why is that? Why can't I see that on the minimap?
Because it's blocked in by the other ones.
Jeez.
This is why I was questioning it. But look at this.
Yeah, I was staring at him like, that's weird.
He's not getting up in here, by the way, and this is going to distract Jellymang from being able to kill this pylon. Now, I don't know... Wait a minute. NX's probe is going to work. It's got one kill. It's going for another one while this fight is going on. And, you know, Jellymang trying to micro intensely doesn't notice. I mean, this probe is going to take down Jellymang single-handedly at this rate. Puts down another mana pylon. Catches 2. Oh my god.
This is the most abusive strategy I've ever seen. Like, forcing mana pylons, you're using the probe to kill stuff, and behind this, he's going Citadel. He's gonna rush TTs
oh
in
my
the
god.
chaos.
He's not even... Okay, so he was going to get the cannons later, I suppose, once he gets his DTs out. My god. That's filthy. Even sending his own 2 zealots up here. I mean, I think these pylons will barely be dead by the time the zealots get here, unfortunately. Oh my god.
But think about how much you slowed down their entire build. Like, the money is like, okay, it costs you money too, but when you got like the resources you need for the DT rush, you just need time, and this has bought you a lot of time.
Yeah, the Robo has not even started for Jellymang, and the Citadel's about to finish. These 2 zealots going to get shredded. This is the problem. Jellymang can counterattack here, and like if he's at NX's end of the map, he gets more warning of the DTs. He might do some counter damage. Look at this. NX is going to lose his army here. This is actually a big deal. Well, okay, I say that, but somehow NX is actually like winning the fight. What? How can this be?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now, man.
I would not have expected that. With those compositions, I would have said it's a clear win for Jellymang, but NX pulls it off. Okay, now another goon's out. I think, yeah, Jellymang should be able to clean this up, but this is all just distraction. The DT's on their way. The Zealots still coming into the main to kill probes. Oh my god.
This is disgusting. I hate this.
Well, it doesn't look like he's going to get any more, but like we keep saying, it's just a distraction, right?
Yeah, but I mean, he did see the robo. It's about to finish up, and it's like maybe that was a signal how few army was in the middle of maps. Like, wait, were you not macroing? Are you bad, or why don't you have units?
Yeah, the observatory going down right away. The Zealot just throwing its life away, as they like to do. Now, this is the issue though. If Jellymang comes across the map, he's not going to have an observer with his army, and he's not going to have an army with his observer. So, well, I mean, that's what's going to happen. Look, these GGs just walk right past him.
Peace.
You didn't see it. Oh no, that's actually probably GG. Like right there. Not going to lie, that probably ends the game because he's going to kill way too many probes for any units there. 2 goons going to pop out, but honestly, like I feel like they can probably kill those off or what.
And the DT on the ramp, it's so good to stop this kind of defense.
Look, man, I was right though. This pylon was not a good move. Now it is going to die. Well, he's going for the robo, but there's no time for that, and actually giving away his potential advantage here. That is actually a bit of a misplay, because his observer's going to come out now, and he's not killed a single probe. Okay, now he's going to try it. Well, he's going to fight the goons, but with good micro, I mean, Jellymang should be fine here. Okay, maybe not. Oh, one goes down. That probe getting a DT kill, what a hero. And that goon's just like, alright man, let's just talk about this.
Hey, this is buying time though. Like these DTs, like he's gotta be careful.
The DT's off the ramp though. How did that even happen? Other goons coming in here. If Jellymang micros this, he can snipe a bunch of probes. Oh, the goon in Jellymang's main does get taken out.
7 kills. DT the main. The rally points. The goons are not trying to help right away.
Alright, probes are heroes this game. It looks like Jellymang does get deflected in the main though. So, oh, or does he? Man, these goons, they've just had a tumultuous time. Oh, they're trapped now. See, he let them in. It was a trap.
This is a weird game. That's surprisingly. It is surprisingly even.
This is exactly what you need to do. You need to just go around and snipe pros. And honestly, he could have got so many more. He's probably going to get enough that he's well ahead anyway, especially with like no clear tech path here for Jellymang. But
I don't know. There's more DT action happening in Jellymang's case too.
Where did that come from? Oh my god!
It walked across the map, dude.
Oh my god! Too much damage. No, this is too much damage. I think NX is clearly winning now. Oh my god! How many did he kill? Oh my god. That was brutal. Okay, now I don't know if NX is aware how ahead he is, but he can just kind of make goons. He'll be good. Shuttle's coming up. Looks like Jellymang's going to try and make one hero Reaver, and like For a second there, NX was just making speed zealots, but now he's making goons. If he only had speed zealots, that's a way to potentially win the game, but
he has no money. Like, what Reaver? How's he ever going to afford a Reaver?
well, if he didn't make those 2 goons, if he just, tightened his belt, but look, the DT's coming in for round 3, and I don't think there's going to be any survivors this time. Yeah, the shuttle turns out to be a waste of money, I guess, if he's not.
What do you mean? It could save the probes.
Oh, look at this. DT's still on the ramp. Until the observer arrives, there can be no attack. Yeah, I mean, I guess you're right. He only has 9 probes, so only one of them has to die, huh? Look at that. DT even doing enough damage to those goons that now he really can't engage even when he has detection. Well, I guess he can kill that goon. Look at this.
Go for more.
Oh my god.
Honestly, at this point, trading a DT for 3 probes is worth it. 100%.
Yeah, definitely. Why are these goons still running? They can fight this. Oh no.
Shambles, man. They just shook to the core after this game. Finally, Reaver gets started, but look at the income from jellymang. It's basically nothing, and NX has stopped.
Just like, oh, they go up a bit.
He's got 4 gateways worth of production. He's working on his goon range is about to finish up, and I don't know, man.
He got zealot speed for 2 zealots. 2 zealots coming in here with speed. Reaver's going to be out. That's good against speed zealots, but I mean, there's only 2 of them. It's hardly even worth. And look how many units been produced back in NX's base. Yeah, he's just going to crush him.
Yeah, this is just too much. And just imagine, what if he didn't even bother with the robot, just start killing probes right off the bat?
Yeah, like he would have won the game right there, right?
I think so. Yeah, that would have been very, very significant.
Okay, now jellymang going to try and go harass here, it looks like, and that might be a move. There is not really any defense at home. Now he sees NX's army, pulls back.
He has to stay here. He needs that to defend.
I guess speed zealots would help bust that ramp pretty well. Again, the pylons and the natural just not working out today. Okay, needs to move those goons back so Scarab's can actually get in. Oh, never mind. I guess Scarab's smaller than I thought. Nice pull back on the ninja goon. Nah, man, he doesn't care. He's just gonna walk up. He's just gonna walk right up there.
I'm trying to micro though.
Nice Scarab,
kill some goons, but the shuttle has died, so now there's no more. But NX, I think maybe you gotta wait for reinforcements. He's got plenty on the way though, with 4 gateways worth of production. So you wait a little bit here. You know, maybe. Actually, like, do you even try to force your way up this ramp? I guess you could, but it's like.
Honestly, it's not the smartest play because you could just be expanding your way ahead, but it might work anyway. This is what I'm talking about. That Scarab now gets stuck, but I think he has enough.
Have you seen how NX is playing? Do you think he cares about what, like, a problem for future NX? He cares about what feels good for.
Look at this. He's actually going to hold again. He does get the Reaver
dies. Yes, that's
that's like a minute worth of mining for jellymang right now. Oh, he has rebuilt some pros, but this is just a sad sight. And look at this. NX does take his Nexus, and he can actually just continue his production behind this as well. Another shuttle comes out, once again useless.
Hey, the Reaver eventually, man. It's one at a time. Like, just a little bit.
Yeah. Just imagine if jellymang never made a shuttle, he made 2 Reavers instead. He probably could have, like, expanded and held it. I don't know. But then again, how is he going to afford an expansion?
I mean, do you even, like, as jellymang, if you get the chance to expand, you're so behind on probes, do you even try to expand?
Yeah, I mean, that's why I was thinking harassing with a Reaver was the best option, because you can just blow up all his probes, maybe you've got a shot here, but...
If he didn't have the Reaver there, though, he dies to that.
Well, yeah, of course, that's the issue. That's the issue. Well, I don't know, if you pull probes to block the ramp, maybe... I don't know, I just feel like there's no, like... way down the road for jellymang to win here without getting some massive harasser. Now, he's going to head off now, but he might face the same problem. Only 4 goons for NX over here, though, right now. And he kind of paused his production quite a bit here. So, I mean, I guess this is his moment.
I mean, we'll see. Jellymang does look like they have a reasonable defense, but they can't even produce that 2 gateways at the same time and keep these Reavers gone. But he is working on another Reaver useful for defense. And what is his shuttle doing? He's actually trying to pincer the attack. The army on the field.
He needs to drop that Reaver. There you go, drops it on low ground, but there you go. Well, if the Reaver falls, no, the Reaver's going to be fine. Going off that shuttle. Save it. Well, that shuttle's very low now, unfortunately, so that's kind of awkward for jellymang, but he did take out all those goons. If he can push across and take out this Nexus, I don't know, this game could go on. Looks like he's pulling back, surprisingly.
after winning that fight, I would think you just push across and like just go for broke, try and do what you can. But he's pulling back cannons coming up as well.
I mean, he's got an observer. He sees the expansion. He sees how many
Yeah.
moves were in the natural.
Okay, he's coming down now.
They're going to avoid each other. Oh, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
NX is not going to see the move. There's a big chance for Jellymang to actually do critical
does
damage.
NX
How is this
know?
happening?
It looks like NX just knows where he was though, because of how he moved his goons back there. Man, NX map packing confirmed. Okay, they're gonna fight here now. This Reaver going into the main to harass. That's enough goons for Jellymang. He can take another good fight here. Pushing NX back once again, but more reinforcements come out. Jellymang needs to pull back or he's gonna lose everything. Oh. Let's pull back.
Yeah, I just think the way we've seen this game, you don't go for economic harassment. I don't like the move. NX does react in time, not going to lose anything. Has to be very careful with this low health shuttle.
You can't get the shuttle out. It's too low. There's no way. Yeah, it just dies. And now, what does he have? He can try and attack the Nat, but there's 2 cannons. Like, you're never going to kill that Nexus in time. No, this is a disaster for Jellymang. He can expand at home, but like, yeah, if he kind of kept the army intact, maybe he can kind of contain and try and come back, but it'd be very tough. There were no good options there, to be honest. Once again, his army's just avoiding each other.
Yeah, and he gets... Oh, NX moving across. There's one lonely Reaver in the middle of the map, not even near the natural.
Oh, what? How did it get out there?
What's it doing? It wanted a party, man.
Yeah, well, it's going to get a certain kind of party, isn't it? Getting one shot by Goon's party. Jellymang starts the counterattack, but immediately abandons it. Honestly, it might have been worth it. Yeah, I mean, you might as well make it look like a base trade, so you can be like, oh, you know, I almost won the base race, but he just had a bit too much, you know? At least pretend. By the way, is no observer with this army just now? Oh wait, there is. It's still the one that was hanging out in the natural. Never mind. And this is getting in there. Both players getting in there. Thing is, 4 goons, 3 goons on the way for NX here, only 2 for Jellymang. How easy is it to depower these gateways, though? A lot easier than it is for Jellymang to depower NX. He's just going to kill the gateways himself. Both players having that idea, it looks like.
There's too much pile-on power. You're not going for the depower here, but honestly, the situation for NX is like as these units pop out. Remember, he has speed zealots too. If he needs emergency defense, he can make it quite easily. While he's still doing so much work here. And Jellymang, the probes are pulled. He's going across. He's going to attempt the base race, but there's no way. There's absolutely no way.
Well, NX has the money, by the way, to build a whole bunch of stuff, whereas NX does not. But yeah, he's down to only 4 goons. I mean, if he just reduces it down to like 2 goons, say, he will definitely like kill all this stuff first and then come across the map again. Look at this. These probes are going to come out. Actually, they're just fleeing, apparently. Like I said, that one cannon trying to defend themselves.
Oh, this pylon in the top left, the cowardly desperation that Jellymang thinks he can do it, fighting to the end, but he sees how many goons are in his main. How does he think he's going to win this fight?
In fact, he's about to just end up with no army. Like, this is over now. He killed a good number of probes. He's still behind on probes, sadly, but I think that's game. There's still 2 Nexuses up for NX. Like, what are you going to do here? GG. Well, hard fought by Jellymang, and those DTs were just murderers.
That was a fun one to end on. That was a bit of a roller coaster. And I see Hangs TV. Interesting that's just a TV in that name. You know, other people can cast. It doesn't just have to be us. And if you want to cast World Blues game, be the change you want to be in the world. We're always looking for new casters. Get involved.
Definitely. Anytime community casters want to go in, as long as they don't interrupt our precious match of the week. All the preseason replays are there, although we've done a whole lot of them this time round.
Yeah, we absolutely have. Can't wait for the regular season to start. Get to see what these players want to bring to the table when, you know, stakes are on the line, defending your team's honor. It's going to be very exciting. But I will give Neblime the royal blue replays. He can decide if he wants to cast them.
I make no promises, by the way. If someone else wants to jump in and cast them before then, that's totally fine. It's just a day when Saetzero isn't there or whatever, you know.
Well, no, like I just didn't want to be here for 4 hours tonight. I would have added a lot of casters cast. But that was the last game we had for the night. I think we had a bunch of variety of fun ones. A lot of PvZ apparently, because that is the CPL matchup, as Neblime has mentioned. But I had a great time. Neblime, were you satisfied with the games we did?
Once again, I'm getting extremely stressed out by these games, but they're also exciting. So I'm kind of sitting here shaking. Not as bad as yesterday, but well, not yesterday. Wait, we delayed the cast, didn't we? Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, The stream description says CPL Match of the Week Wednesday. No.
The one thing I actually do. Hey, can you update the thing on this Twitch?
Well, I did update it. Technically, I did update it. Just not the right day. It's alright. When people look at the VODs, they won't know.
Oh man, why are you doing this? Alright, well, that is it for us tonight. We will have more casts next week and every week, as we always do. And if you missed why we weren't casting yesterday, it's because Flo did a masterclass on their Twitch channel. Go in the Discord, you'll get a link to where it got host. Go check out the VODs. It's going to be a good time. But tonight, we're done. Everyone, have a good night.
Good night.